Oh hey. Oh hey. Oh hey.
What's up, animators? How's it going? Welcome to the 9th anniversary live stream. I thought it was the 10th for some reason. Yeah, I always thought it was the 12th of March, but it's actually the 13th. How y'all doing? What's up? Welcome to the Q&A live stream. If you want to ask me questions, please ping me so the question stands out and I get to see it better. I think I closed the stream. Let me just look it up again. I just got home and I'm still all over the place. I gotta mute this because for the first time ever, I'm also streaming on the graphic tablet. What you're seeing right here, the screen behind me, that's actually my graphic tablet on the desk. Might I be able to show you here? It's right here down. This is what is being streamed on the stream right there. There's so many cables. My room is such a mess. My OCD is going crazy. How are you today? I'm feeling well. It's been a busy day. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just running all over the place. But here I am. I caught the live stream. I got my stylus here. I'm gonna try doing some sculpting here while we're talking about the Q&A. I've been doing this YouTube thing for 9 years now, so that's pretty crazy. SharpWind, why are you in Blender? Because I am now a Blender channel. If you haven't noticed, my last few videos have been mostly Blender content. Also, I think I could bring the chat down here. Chat box down here, right? Because I had it adjusted for Substance Painter, but now in Blender. I think I can minimize this to see the chat. Let's just chill for a little while. Sharp, how have you been doing with life? Just curious. I don't know, it's been pretty busy, especially the last 2 weeks. I'm just all over the place. I barely caught this. SharpWind, how many questions can I ask? Just ask. Like, the more you ask, the more content we have. The longer the stream's gonna be going for. Alright, let's see. How do I make my animations better? Shidoni, you don't have to ask that. Your animations are fucking amazing. Seriously. I don't think I can give you many tips here. As far as I'm concerned, I think you've surpassed me at this point. Where'd you start playing Minecraft? I started playing Minecraft in 2012, with 1.2.5 being the next big thing. I remember when pistons were introduced, so it's been a while. SharpWind, I have a question. Are you still gonna be making Minimator videos? I highly doubt. I've moved on to Blender. It's always been a goal of mine. I've always wanted to, you know, move on to the big softwares and stuff since the start. Minimator was a big jumping board for me, so that was a really good thing. And now I'm here. I still have a lot to learn. I still have a lot of stuff to practice. Mainly sculpting, because what this video today right now is, it's practice, sculpting practice. I gotta get some reference. I'm gonna try. This is very ambitious. Splash art. You can't see most of the stuff now because it's on my tablet, so I'll just have to disappear for a little while. I'm gonna open up Pure Ref actually, so you can see. SharpWind, what's your favorite animation render / project? My favorite one? There's a lot of good ones in Minimator, but I really like the stuff that I'm doing in Blender nowadays. Especially the video that I did with, you know, the last video for the Punisher competition. I'm gonna try sculpting this guy. Just cause, why not? Let's be ambitious. It's not gonna be good. Because I still have a lot of stuff to learn. I'm probably not gonna finish the whole thing in today's stream, but I just need something to do in the background while we, you know, chat and do stuff. There's more questions. SharpWind, can you model a wheelchair? I probably can, but I'm not gonna do that today. I'm gonna do this thing, as I've said. SharpWind, who gave you the inspiration to animate? I think I've answered that in an old Q&A live stream thing. I was watching a lot of Captain Sparkles and the Fallen Kingdom and stuff like that, and DreamWorks movies. That's what really made it for me. It was just something that inspired me a lot, so I said, you know what, this is something I want to do. This looks amazing. Just looking at the light, looking at the renders, that by itself was pretty hardcore for me at the time, even though like movies like Shrek, if you look at it from today's standards, they're not as good as you would think, right? You're like, oh, Shrek, it was a really good movie. It was way ahead of its time. It was amazing, groundbreaking, but, you know, today's standards have gotten up, so if you look at it now, you're like, oh, I mean, it's a cool movie, I still respect it and everything, but you can see it's not the same quality. But that was my main inspiration at the time, so here I am now, still trying to reach for it. Hey SharpWind, I have a question. Maybe for like a sword in Blender. Okay, I don't see the question here. Maybe do a follow-up. Do you like Autodesk Maya or Blender more? I graduated in Maya, but I like Blender way better. Blender is amazing. It has everything you need. Never going back. Best decision I ever made. Blender is cool. What do I do this now? I gotta switch between the graphic tablet and the mouse to get this here. SharpWind, is your refrigerator running? Yes, I'm not gonna catch it though. It can run off for all I care. It just ran out of food. Let's see. Thoughts on Arcane? Okay, let's talk about Arcane. We gotta talk about the... Let's point to the elephant in the room. X, I think it is. Nope, that's not it. Arcane was amazing. You can argue with me all day. Everything was just perfect, you know? It's hard to even criticize anything about it. The cinematography, the lighting, the voice acting, it was just a beautiful work of art in every single way. You can pause the series at any point in time in the entire series and you will find yourself a wallpaper. Seriously, when I made the lighting in my animator video, 9 tips on how to do lighting, I talked about this, like make sure you take the time, lower the music, alright, sorry, I didn't know it was so loud. There we go. Arcane wasn't out yet, but I was like, you know what, make sure your renders, every single frame is wallpaper worthy, and Arcane delivered. Oops, I shut down my tablet. I don't know if that crashed the stream. It's still here. I gotta see what happened. Hi, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Sharp, when am I gonna get unbanned? Alright, let's talk about this. Chris, you guys know Chris. Tell me how you feel about Chris right now. I heard he's changed. He got banned for trolling and stuff too much. I heard he is a changed man. I don't know if that is true or not. I want your guys' opinion on this. Do you think Chris deserves to be unbanned? Did I remesh this? I didn't. Remesh. There we go. I love Arcane as well. I thought somebody could know. Yes, stop with the caps. This is live. I absolutely hate him because I'm also named Chris. Chris, it's not looking good to you. Wants to focus more on fundamentals. Wait, what did Wolf say? What's going on? My animator, please. Oh, there's the stigma here. I feel like I should say this now, but I've moved on. My animator was a great jumping board to start off from, as far as animation goes, but my time now is in Blender. Like, my goal. This is where I am, this is where I've always wanted to be, and, you know, let's practice and improve and stuff like that. I'm just reading random chat. Hi, welcome. You have a Russian name. Blender tutorials when? They are coming. I'm gonna make Blender tutorials. Don't worry about it. I still have to do a bunch of other stuff. Like, I have to make the basic Blender tutorial series because it feels weird just hopping into a channel. I mean, into new types of content without ever even making a, you know, beginner series on it. So you'll get that. I have it all planned. I already have the plans made. Some of the script, I already know what I'm gonna be doing. I just have to really sit down and get it done. Because live streams and stuff like that, like my last video where I made my submission for Punisher's contest, it's easy, right? Because I can just, you know, start working and press record screen and that's it. I could just do it whenever I have time. I could do it for 20 minutes, take a break to do something else, 20 minutes more. If I have responsibilities, I can squeeze it anywhere, right? But if I'm trying to do a tutorial video, I actually have to sit down for several hours and record it while I'm there. It's way more difficult to pull off with a busy schedule, but I'll try. I'll try to get it done at some point when I can. I worked on fixing my relationships with Black and Eric. That's good. I want to hear other people, you know, on their opinion of you, because I haven't talked to you in a while and stuff. You know why you got banned, and you know what I need to see from you before we get unbanned, so I feel like soon, because I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about you. You've been a good boy, Pat. Good boy, Chris. Is there gonna be a last Minimeter tutorial? Not a tutorial, but when 2.0 comes out, the big update everyone's waiting for, I'll do a video on it. I do plan on, you know, still covering that update, and that's probably gonna be my last Minimeter video. SharpWind has moved from funny GameMaker cube animation to Blender. Sorry, y'all. Is there any free Blender cloud rendering without having to do something like point, because my PC sucks? I think there is a free rendering service, but you also need to render other people's work to be in the service. Like if you render 3 animation, if you render 70 frames for somebody else, you're now eligible to have 70 frames rendered for you. So it's like a, you know, we exchange services. It's gonna be hard to find something completely free, because it takes time, it takes power. When I participated in the contest for Punisher, I literally clicked render on my PC 3 times, and that itself, I did the math, that itself kind of raised my electricity bill for like $9 or so. Rendering's expensive, man. It costs an energy and stuff. It's gonna be difficult to find a free service that way. SharpWind, do you have another huge upcoming project? Probably yes, I just have no ideas. The ideas are the worst part. Bori was great for my, in my opinion. Like, I liked Bori, I liked working on it, it was cool in the end. I just need the next idea before I can start working on it. So for now, I guess all I really have is a bunch of random YouTube video ideas, not really animation projects, although I really want to do more animation projects. They're super fun, it's a huge payoff. Like, I've invested so much time, and at the end you get to see it being done, so... Oops, that's a bit too close. Blender or Maya? Blender, all the way. SharpWind, what are your thoughts on capybaras? I think they actually look kind of weird. I'm sorry, don't judge me, but... Yeah, I can see them being cute and stuff, but they're also kind of weird. Sorry, not sorry, alright? So the thing here is that if you want to do sculpting and stuff, you need a lot of knowledge in anatomy, which I currently lack. So I am very much aware that what I'm gonna do here is not gonna be the best sculpt. I'm just practicing, right? So he has a wider chin, so maybe pull this apart. There's cheeks here. I feel like I'm gonna add that later. I'm gonna struggle a lot. SharpWind, can I make a Halo character? Definitely not. Not yet. I'm still a beginner. I consider myself a beginner. That's why I'm doing all these practices. I feel like I could start working on a nose or something, right? Like if the eyes go here, if this is where the eyes are placed, I think I need more topology. Let's add more topology. This, remesh this dude. It's got more topology. Look at all this detail, huh? Alright, let's be honest. SharpWind, do you hate walls? Walls are the worst. I wish they'd never been invented. Walls suck. Wait. That's the third of the face, right? I think they need to be spread a little bit more further apart. So if I do something like this, if the eyes come in here, I feel like that's natural enough. Like that. Oh, there's a lot of pings. Let's see. Does making VFX in Blender, it's like the same thing in Minimator? No, it's completely different. Minimator is a very basic form of software. It's got its own ways with lots of things. Blender is more industrialized, I'd say. Like you have more of the actual processes, like weight painting, UV masking and stuff. Check out my video, Everything About 3D Animation. You'll get a better feeling on what Blender is supposed to be like. It's literally titled Everything About 3D Animation. I kind of break it down in 20 minutes about everything you need to know. Can you say SharpWind Gaming? Why? How did you find out about Minimator? One day, I wanted to make a Minecraft animation. I was watching a lot of Alan Becker and stick figure animations, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if you can make Minecraft animations, like Don't Mine at Night and stuff like that. I think that was later on, the older ones, the really OG ones. Creeper All Man, I think that was around that time. And I was like, oh, can I do that? I really want to do that. And I tried Google how to make a Minecraft animation, and it just popped up in the search results. Minimator, it's a good thing. And I was like, whoa, that exists. Somebody actually made a software specifically for Minecraft animation. And I was hooked. Ever since then, I was hooked. I'm trying to place the eyes correctly now, because I feel like I've given him way too much space down below. Maybe you do something like this and narrow this down more. I feel like that's gonna help it. Do you confirm SharpWind lore? I haven't read it. What do you think is the cutest animal other than you in bed? The cutest animal. Hold on. Give me a second. What do you prefer doing? Clean topology or weight painting? Both are a pain. I feel like topology is worse. Cleaning up topology is the worst thing ever, and I'm trying to avoid it as much as possible. I think weight painting is still slightly more fun than cleaning up someone else's crappy topology. SharpWind, did you always have an interest in animation? Yes, for as long as I can remember. I think I was like 8 or 9 when my love for animation began to emerge. And here I am now, like 9 years, no wait, I was 9, I'm 21 now, so like 11 or 12 years, yeah, 12 years, my love for animation. I'll be doing him a favor with the nose here. I don't know where it ends. I feel like it also needs a little bit of corrections around. I feel like the eyes could be closer or the nose could be thicker, but the nose isn't too thick. Lots of trial and error, boys. Stay with me. I'm still learning. It's gonna take a little while before I get good at this stuff. I'm still a beginner. I'm just doing this for questions. Please don't shame me, all right? For my lack of skill. I'll get there at some point. SharpWind, are you interested in making badass 2D animations? I think they look really cool, and it would be awesome to learn, but I just don't think I ever will. I'm a 3D boy. I feel like it's gonna stay that way. 3D is also pretty cool. Okay, that's the eye socket, like that. I feel like that should be good. I'll add the blinky stuff. What's that called? Eyelids. What is your goal in the future? You're an animation god. I'm not an animation god. Look at what I'm doing right now. Does this look like the work of a professional to you? No. I've moved on to Blender. I'm a beginner, just like I've started from the bottom. This is not how noses look like. But my goal is to work on amazing stuff, like Arcane, for example. That's a good thing. I know I'm far from it, but you know, if I ever get a chance to work on stuff like that, it sounds pretty cool. I don't see why not. If I get a chance. SharpWind, do Siren Head meets other Siren Heads in my animator? I'm not touching my animator again, sorry. I might do it in Blender at some point if my inspiration takes me that way. Just not my animator probably. I think I should turn on Dino Topo. Hold on, if I do this. Detail size. Relative constant detail. Resolution 3. I want to see. Oh, that's not enough. I think I gotta bring up the resolution to like 10. Is that how it works? Yeah. That's how it works. Oops. Dino Topo resolution 20? I hope that's not too much. It's actually not enough. Alright. 30. Yeah, a little bit more. I'm doing the mouth now. I need a lot of topology here. 45. Am I pushing it? No, I'm not pushing. I can raise it up. 60. Let's go 60. Okay, I feel like that's the amount of detail I'm willing to work with. SharpWind, how do you manage to stay motivated? You gotta force yourself. I have a video on it. Life is hard. I'm very busy. When you sit down and actually do the thing you're trying to do, it becomes a lot easier. It's just difficult to actually sit down and do it. That's the biggest thing. I literally forced myself to start the stream today. SharpWind, do you hate toilets? What are the genuine questions? These are genuine questions. If you don't answer, how did you get into 3D animation? I think I talked about this today already, about 3D. But toilets are the worst, especially when you dream about them. If you dream about a toilet, never use it. It's a trap, alright? They're revolving. I once had a dream. I'll get to the other questions in a sec. I once had a dream where I had to pee, and I went to the bathroom, obviously, and I sat down, clothes off, I sat down, and I almost started peeing, and I'm like, wait, Everything is way too warm for me to actually be in my bathroom right now. I'm asleep. I gotta wake up. Wake up in bed. Oh, that was close. Run to the toilet straight up. Start peeing again. Oh no, I'm still warm. I wake up again. Boom, double layer dream. I wet my bed. That was 4 years ago. A grown-up, an adult man who wet the bed because he got tricked by his dreams. Double layer dreams. I hate toilets. They're the worst. Yes, I hope that answers your question. Congrats for 9th anniversary. Have you made any stickman animations in the past since we're talking about Alan Becker? Yes, stickman animations, I've done those. Using pivot animation, which used to be this software thing, which was really cool. You could only export GIFs though. So, I have a bunch of GIFs. Somewhere online. I don't know where they are. I never posted them on my YouTube channel because I didn't have a YouTube channel back then. I just made a bunch of GIFs that are floating somewhere in the internet. I don't know if this looks good. I'm just trying out things. I feel like the topology is somewhat better now. I could bring this up, you know, because there's a bone in the eyes. Maybe let's add some of that. SharpWind, what animation studio you want to get into? Just curious. I actually don't know. Nothing yet. Haven't really thought about it that much. SharpWind, how do I force myself to do stuff? Well, like I've said before, you just gotta sit down and do it, pretty much. That's all you really need. Once you sit down, once you start, it's actually difficult to stop, because if you're motivated to do stuff, it's actually, I gotta raise my brush. It's actually fun, you know? I'm actually having fun doing this, even though I still suck at it, because I need way more practice before I'm able to do anything noteworthy, alright? But, you know, I'm still having fun, and I'm practicing the more I do stuff. SharpWind, after another 2 years, how do you feel about Pony Sharp? I still hate it. Worst thing ever. Whoever made it, they should be burned like the witches. That's my opinion. How does Alan Becker make his animations so good to watch? Like, for example, his latest video about Monster School is epic. Like, how? Actually, it comes down to practice. A lot of people, when they talk about artists, they see their amazing work, but it's difficult when you don't see all the struggles and all the years and years of practice. I mean, again, I've been doing animation for almost 13 years now. Look at this sculpt. Does that look like a human? No, it does not. It's awful. I'm still not there. I've been doing this for 14 years, and I'm still not good enough to make a human here. It takes a lot of practice, an enormous amount of practice. I gotta clean this up a little bit now. Let's bring it closer. Maybe fix this, bring this up. What's the next Blender tutorial? Maybe I will... tutorial. You said next tutorial, like I've done any so far. I don't think I have a single Blender tutorial on my channel. I've done a bunch of funny videos, funny hahas. If you're talking about tutorials though, the next one will probably be the first one, which is the general tutorial, how to use Blender, how to... It's gonna be an 8-part series where we go through the basic stuff. The first one's gonna be introductory. We're gonna do this. Here's a bunch of useful shortcuts we're gonna use a bunch of times, like throughout the tutorial. You should learn that. Just the general stuff. And the second one's gonna be modeling, then we're gonna have texturing, then we're gonna have shading, which is part of texturing, never mind. We're gonna have sculpting, we're gonna have particle simulations, pretty much, you know, just a small little box of stuff you can do with Blender, which technically should provide you with all the tools you need to work on your own stuff. So, I already planned it out. I could open it up and see it, but I feel like I'll do it later. I want to give this guy more attention. It just doesn't feel right. I feel like this all needs to come forwards a little bit, like the nose. The nose should be a little bit more outwards like that. I gotta step up my game, boys. I don't feel too good about my skills yet. Oops, I gave him a giant pimple. What got you into bands like Sabaton? One of my friends listened to it and I was like, oh yeah, this is actually good. What actually got me into it was just listening to it. When did you start making animations? 2009. It's been a long journey. Let's see. Music's a bit loud. Sorry, my bad. Let me know if the music's loud and stuff. I can always fix it. So. Let me know so I can make the experience better. Have you heard of Will You Snail? No. What is that? First time I'm hearing about this. Hi, welcome. Welcome to the stream, Rock Bull Gamer. Sculpting is freaking hard. Yes, it is. Like the sculpting itself, the use of the tools is not that difficult. The difficult is the anatomy, because I know there's a big fat pocket here, and I know there's a bunch of stuff here. I don't know my anatomy well enough yet. I'm still practicing. I'm still learning. I have a lot of stuff to learn still. This stream is mostly gonna be me answering questions, and not as much me focusing on the model, because I'm not gonna do a good job yet. What is this doing? Like this nose, it's kind of going up like that. Noses are the worst. Does anybody hate noses? Like hating nose gang? Anyone? I'll try to grab it and pull it down a little bit, because he does have like a... I feel like this part should go down. It has to be more pointy, right? I love the grab tool. I do way too many things with the grab tool. I feel like I should be using other tools for most of this stuff. But the grab tool is just so universal. I think the music's run out, so I'm just gonna play the next playlist. I found a chill playlist with... with chill songs, easy going. Maple or Cade? Don't make me choose, man. I've known Maple for a while, so I have to say Maple here. Cade is a bro, though. Cade is cool. I started picking up on Minimator recently, and your tutorials have helped me a ton. So the question is, what's your set of tips for someone who hasn't done anything animation related? That's a really good question, actually. Once again, like, I feel like I'm always giving such general tips on everything, but they actually are very general. All you gotta do is practice, come up with an idea, right? You come up with an idea, even if you think it's completely unrealistic and not achievable at all. When you're coming up with ideas, you should never limit yourself, right? If you get an idea, don't limit yourself until you're actually working on it. Say, I want to have a big, flashy, futuristic city, and then we're trying to do something, you're like, oh boy, I don't know exactly how to get the glowing stuff on the city. Let's try something. How could this work? Or you look it up, right? How to make stuff glow. And you get this tip. This guy says, oh, if you want to get stuff to glow, it has to be its own separate object. And you're like, oh, okay, so what I need for a glowing city is first the building, and then the glowing bits, which need to be separate. And then you try working out things on how you would do that, right? So it's like, you come up with the idea, and you start thinking about how to solve the steps while you're already working on the idea, right? And the only time where you should actually either abandon or change an idea is if you see that the time frame you have available for it is not big enough. Say, oh, I have this deadline and I really wanted to do all this, but I can't really, for the sake of the deadline, I can't really, go with my idea because it's not possible. So that's when you have to change ideas. But when you get them, when you want to do something, you should never limit yourself as far as ideas go. You should only limit yourself when you see what is achievable and what is not in the grand scheme of things. That's also something I struggle a lot with. Like when I say, oh, I got this really cool idea, but then again, oh, I'm not able to do that because of this and this and this. I really should let my ideas go. Like just free them up a little bit. I'm limiting myself before I even start doing anything, which is not the right way to go when you're doing art. Again, I don't know if this is good. I'm just doing something. Also, let's see. Do you have any favorite Skillet songs? Some of them are really good. I think Victorious is one of my favorites. There's a bunch of new questions here. If you know the film Kung Fu Panda, of course I do. Will you script one of the characters? Like sculpt one of the characters? Possibly, yeah. Like that's the kind of stuff that I want to do at some point. Like, as I said, I'm practicing sculpting. I'm practicing anatomy. Look, this isn't a half bad face, right? Human faces are really difficult to do. This guy is still a bit uncanny. He doesn't look human yet. I'll try my best to, fix that and stuff. But this is the reason why I'm practicing, because I want to do stuff like that. Who's your animation teacher? Nobody. I'm sadly all by myself. I found this YouTube channel, if that counts. I'm watching YouTube videos, that's how I'm learning mostly. I actually graduated in animation, so technically I did have a teacher, but I don't consider him as my teacher because he didn't really teach me all that much. I'm sorry, Sir Estock, but your courses really weren't the best. I paid a lot of money only to have the guy tell me for 4 hours. What he was doing was saying how plastic is great, how women belong in the kitchen, and at the end he said, okay, just watch this YouTube video, it's your tutorial, it's your homework, and that's it. That was my animation for 4 years. So, as much as I want to say that he was my teacher, and he was a great guy and everything, but he didn't really teach me all that well. By the way, the plastic and the women belong in the kitchen, he was joking about that stuff. We all knew it was a joke. He liked sexist humor, so... yeah, don't go hating on him just because of humor. It sounded like I'm really trashing him, but nah, he's a great person. SharpWind, will a new episode of System come out? I wanna get down with Blender first. Like I wanna settle a few things. Does he have a little bump on the nose? I think he does, but it's covered up by the thing. I think I need to make the nose a little bit bigger, and I also think I need to pull this area out. And this area in general, like just the forehead area, needs to be bulged. This needs to be pushed back in, like that. Create a little bit more depth on the face as well as on the nose, even though now I feel like the nose is way too long. Oh, that's a long schlong. My bad. Have you ever done low poly like animation? I have a bunch of old tests when I was still learning Blender. That's when I mostly did low poly stuff because it's easier. Do you like Lavat? I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that before. I don't know how to save this. I've made the nose too long and started adding the details before I got the proportions right. That's also something you gotta be really careful about when doing anatomy. This doesn't even feel like the same face, honestly. I think I've already messed it up quite a lot. That's why I need to practice. It's got a really big head. I'm looking at the stream. I feel like I should really make the head smaller. Just do a lot of... I gotta get the form right before I start adding details. It's a really bad habit. I gotta fix it as soon as possible. To answer your question, Will You Snail is a recently released rage game about an AI that tries to predict your movement and kill you while also insulting you every time you die. Sounds like fun. Sounds like fun. Might try it at some point. Lavat is something like no homo. Alright, then it's good. Then it's cool. No homo is cool. I feel like the head is too long, so I'm gonna do this. Oh, it's really too long. Look at this, Mr. Big Brain here. How do I manage to get stuff this wrong? Like, this bad? It's so awful. I'm afraid of practicing because I'm just shocked by myself. How did I manage to do something like this? Just really, he's got a big brain. This is the peak of humans. Like, this is perfection. This is where everybody is headed. Do you have a favorite animator? I don't really think so. I don't, okay. I'm lying. Fortiche, again, Arcane. They did such an amazing job. If I have a favorite animator, it's the favorite animator team in France, Fortiche. The guys that were responsible... Oh, he's got a square head. Great. The guys who are responsible for the production of Arcane. If anybody's my favorite, I gotta say it's them, because they did such an amazing job. I can only dream about ever being as good as their production. Why does he have such a freaking square head? How do I round it up? Maybe I'll smooth it out a lot. Good thing I have this stylus pressure. Like, it's pressured. I can put more pressure for a stronger effect. Have you tried eating your hamster? Serious questions. There's others here. How much time does it take to learn English? Depends from person to person. I've watched a lot of English cartoons because the market is saturated with English everywhere, and I've mostly learned English from cartoons and stuff like that. So that's where my English comes from. I don't speak British, I don't speak American, I just speak like a weird mixture of American, British, as well as a Slavic accent, because I'm Slavic and all of us have this weird accent. If I don't try to hide it, this is what I usually sound like when I don't try to hide my accent. But this sounds really weird. It sounds like I don't know how to speak English properly, so I just try hiding it with an accent that I picked up over the years. How do you deal with copyright in your animation, like on YouTube vids? You gotta be really careful. All the music you're hearing in the background, I have to buy a license for. I bought the license for Epidemic Sound. Actually, I can pull this down. You see, I'm playing all this music here from the Epidemic Sound. I got a subscription. I'm paying for the license, so I can use it here. When it comes to visuals, I'm not allowed to use anything which is copyrighted, so it's rough. It's rough, but it's possible. I understand why YouTube is doing that, to be fair, but still, it's still annoying to deal with. If you think your skills look bad, just look up the skull of Scraptrap models. I'm not saying I'm the worst sculptor ever. I'm just saying that what I'm doing here is not even close to the level that I'm trying to be. And sometimes practice is very daunting because all you're looking at is stuff that you're not happy with, right? I'm just gonna add a big bulk here and smooth it out, so maybe I get a bit of form because I want to make it seem like it's fleshy. There's flesh here. Maybe I need to bring this down a bit. I'm worrying about this way too much, right? Because I'm gonna add hair later. Although it's not looking too bad. Like, you can tell there's stuff going on here. Who's your favorite Minecraft animator? Definitely Element Animation. They don't use my animator or anything basic. They use, I think, Cinema 4D? I'm not sure. I think it's Cinema 4D, yeah. But their stuff is just amazing. They're actually one of my biggest inspiration when it comes to Minecraft animation. The snowman special Christmas animation that I've done a while ago, I think that was pretty much inspired by them with their awesome Christmas animations. SharpWind, what's your real name? Grega. It's a Slavic name. Translated through some, I don't know what's. It means to be or to live. Apparently that's the translation of my name. Which kind of makes sense with my luck with surviving goes. I don't know if you know this, but do you know what a triage, whatever is? Do you know what it means? Like when there's an event, like an accident with multiple not casualties, but injured people, with multiple injured people. There's like a hierarchy that deals with how many who's gonna get dealt with first, right? Because they can't attend everybody at once, so they gotta make like a system that prioritizes some people over others, right? So they came up with a color system. So red, there's green, yellow, red, and black. Green is like if you get a scratch or something, like you can wait, you don't need medical attention urgently, so you can wait, it's fine. If you're on yellow, if they put you on yellow, that's usually for like broken bones or something. Okay, you can wait for a little while, but we gotta get back to you as soon as possible. We gotta take care of others first, you know? And if you're on red, that means if you don't get medical attention right now, you're going to die, pretty much, right? And I've been on red around 30 times. I've been very close to death, a lot. It's either been infections or like physical injuries. Sometimes got pretty bad. I don't think it's yeah, doesn't matter. But with my name translated to be/to live, it's kind of funny. How do I want to mirror this? Hold on. It's the x-axis. Why is it not mirroring it? Okay, that's not it. Is that the UVs? No. Merge, clipping, mirror over this thing, right? Okay. I'm also gonna rename this to head to keep it organized. SharpWind, if you think you're not good at Blender, how do you create something so potential? For example, the train scene and Bori the robot. No, I'm pretty good with Blender. I think I can say. But sculpting, what I'm doing right now, I'm not the best yet. I still need quite a lot of practice before I can say confidently that I'm good with Blender. With sculpting, I mean. What do you think about the new LA mob in Minecraft? The LA? I don't know. It's not really my favorite. I feel like, I like the Warden way better. It's so cool. They did such a good job with the Warden. But the LA, I don't know. I guess I understand because they need some more passive mobs and stuff like that. But I kind of just like the whole Warden thing. Okay. There's a bunch of stuff here. I'm gonna try doing this thing in the eyes. Like that. Do you have any plans for making Minecraft animations in Blender? I might try, but I think I'm gonna mostly try to stick with more advanced stuff, right? So more real life stuff, like what I've done with the train, with Arcane. More actual animation, less Minecraft. You know the drill, you know what I'm talking about. Did you quit Minecraft animations? Similar question. I only quit Minimator. Because I've always wanted to move to Blender. Here I am now. And yeah, that was always the plan from the start. As far as animations go and my journey with 3D software. Do you still play Minecraft or any games? Of course I do. I'm probably not gonna quit playing Minecraft for a while. Minecraft is really a great game. I'm still playing Minecraft, and I also play League of Legends, if you didn't pick that up from my recent videos. Making Arcane, making Zon, remodeling the turret from League of Legends, just because. I play League of Legends and Minecraft mostly now. I used to love Assassin's Creed. It still is a very cool game, it's just difficult to find time for it. Okay, I gotta see this a little bit more. Can I... No, it's different, right? I gotta put the mouse here and then I can scroll in. Yeah, I'm getting used to my graphic tablet. It's strange. Because I want to see this part, how this is done. SharpWind, still waiting for Divided 5. You're gonna be waiting for a while, friend. It's not gonna happen. Divided is no more. Actually, I want to jump out of orthographic. Sharp, we must play League sometimes. Yes, Soup, we must. I miss you, man. No homo. You're a great guy. I miss our stupid conversations. I miss laughing with you in voice call. I remember the Soup era, right? When we started talking. That era was like, oh, wow, you actually can make friends online. I still remember us talking about if I ever travel to... Oh, it's not Netherlands, right? It's, or is it Netherlands? Belgium? Are you from Belgium? I think somewhere in that area. I remember, talking about that. No homo, though, of course. Come on, you gotta say no homo. I remember talking about, you know, me coming to visit sometime. Because I still see it. Why not? Belgium. It is Belgium. Or is it not? You typed that in all caps. I don't know if that's excitement or if you're just laughing at me getting it wrong so bad. My memory's not... yes. I have, dementia. No, I'm kidding. Sharpen, get Brawl Stars and model one of the characters. Yes, I also see that as a possibility. That could happen. I'm just gonna be doing all sorts of random stuff with Blender. Whatever I think of. Or like, I get an idea. Oh, I wanna make this kind of render. Sure, load it up, start recording. Oh. See, this is why I use the grab tool a lot, because it's just so convenient. You can just pull things around. See? This is looking a lot like a human. I didn't know I had the power to do this. Wow, I'm surprising myself. It is Belgium. Ah. I haven't forgotten, man. You're still in my heart. You have a special place in my heart, man. No homo, of course. Very much, no homo. Soup, you lovely man. You handsome young man. Oh, okay, let's do a little bit of work here on the nose. I feel like I'm pushing my luck here. Because I've done some nice looking things and now I'm just... You know, I'm moving on, which is terrifying. I'm moving on to other stuff. Have you watched /Red Made in Abyss? Nope. Here's the thing with me. I haven't watched a lot of stuff as far as shows and stuff goes, because I'm usually very busy. Oh, I made the nose too wide. I'm usually very busy, and it's... For me, taking time to watch things is actually scary. Oops, I don't know how that happened. Hold on, yo. How am I affecting this? I didn't click. Okay. Okay. You good? Kinda got a spasm. I still gotta get used to the graphic tablet. I feel like if I'm trying to get this here, I feel like this needs to go in. And I'm gonna focus on the questions soon. The point of this stream is, you know, answering questions and stuff. But I just wanna get this done. I feel like this is higher up and this is cut in more. So I'm gonna take this brush and just cut this in here a little bit more. It's like a little crease, right? Like that. Sharp, do you have any brothers or sisters? Yes, I do have 2 brothers. There's 3 of us. A younger one and an older one. The younger one is kind of finding himself still. He's in puberty. He's got a... I understand though, like... But still, he's got a situation going on, I'll say. The older one is already engaged and has 2 kids. I'm an uncle. Do you have a girlfriend? Not anymore. We broke up not long ago. How long ago was it? Like 4 months? 5 months? October. We broke up in October. So, 5 months. Single for 5 months. Yeah. I'm single and ready to mingle, as you would say. There's more questions. Have you seen my animations? No homo. Again, I don't watch that many stuff. I haven't seen a lot of the popular series. People keep saying, you gotta watch Breaking Bad. What's going on? I thought holding down Shift was the smooth tool. Like if I do this... Oh, it is the smooth tool, but for some reason, there's not enough topology here. Do I have to retopo this? Aha, okay. It was just a retopo. There wasn't enough detail there. Okay. As far as the nose goes, I think I need to extend this part a little bit and then smooth that out. Maybe bring it back in. Just a little bit like that. I feel like the nose is still too long. But I've added way too much detail now to make a fuss about it, so I'm just gonna keep it there. Sharp, can you share your screen in Stage and Discord? Sure, I guess I could do that. I feel like my computer's gonna melt. Hold on. Requests, invite, move audience. Can I share my screen? Show requests, mute, move to audience, invite. I don't know if that's possible, honestly. Stage settings? No, that's not it. I cannot find an option, even on the left. I don't think you can share your screen in stage channels. Weird. Can you add the smooth modifier so we can look at the model itself? I will at the end. If you add that, it gets a little bit laggy, especially because I have a lot of topology here. If I turn this on... Oh wow, it says 0 triangles and vertices. That's not true. I don't know why it's not showing that, but there's a lot of stuff here. Why did you guys break up? We seriously gonna talk about that now? We're gonna talk about my relationship and why it didn't work out. Alright, so you know when you're dating somebody, communication is key, right? You gotta talk about stuff, you gotta fix stuff all the time, because that's just how it is. Well, whenever something is wrong, when a problem comes up, you talk to somebody, usually in hopes to fix it, right? Let's talk about this, let's get it better. In our case, when we did talk about stuff, it usually ended up being worse afterwards. Not because anything's wrong, I just think we weren't that compatible. And when that happened a bunch of times, I was like, yo, whenever we talk about stuff, it usually ends up being worse than before. So I feel like if we're planning on staying together until we get old, we're gonna kill ourselves at some point. Like, we're gonna start hating each other so bad. I don't think it's smart we continue trying to, you know, with this relationship. It was nothing bad. It was mutual. We're still in touch. We still chat regularly. Like, casually, not regularly. It's not always a really, oh, a very sad story. It's just a casual breakup. Like, it was very mature, reasonable, no drama or anything special. It was just like, okay, yeah, sure, I can see this isn't working out too well. I feel like this part should be raised upwards. I can rotate? If I hold Control and F, I can rotate the brush. I didn't know that. Holy cow, that's amazing. Hello, can I make an arm bend in Minimator rig bones or in block bench? If there's no rig, how am I supposed to smoothly bend my arm and character? If you want to make rigs, I recommend the model bench, not Minimator itself. Model bench is used for rig making and stuff, and Minimator is used for animating those rigs. I feel like this. SharpWind, how did you learn to model with Blender? Lots of practice. I started off with a Blender course. So Lifecraft, he bought me a course for like 10 bucks. It was really cheap. Like, you don't need anything special. Just enough for me to get to know the tools, how things work, you know, because I came from Maya. And from there, when you know all the tools, it's mostly just practice. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. Like, I know all the sculpting tools. I know what they do. I know how they behave and everything. I just need to practice before I'm ready to actually do anything good looking. Because I don't know what I'm doing here, see? I'm using the tools, but I feel like I'm making the model look way worse. I feel like I did a mistake with all this. Maybe I can undo it still, like bring the eyebrows back down. I really hope I can, because if I can't, I gotta fix this mess. Uh-oh. That's it. That's as far as it goes. I gotta fix this mess now. Great job. Can you give a setup and room tour? I don't think you want to. There's a huge mess right now. My OCD, there's so many freaking cables. I feel like every part of my equipment is in use right now. The new computer, both monitors, I got the speakers here, I got the headphones here, I got the microphone on the stand with all the cables and a phantom box. Okay, keyboard, mouse, that doesn't count. The graphic tablet, that's new. It's plugged into the computer. Everything is in the computer. I feel like it's overloaded. The stylus, the stand, all the cables, the webcam as well. Everything. Everything is plugged onto my PC. I wonder, it's not overheating. It's fine. It's gonna handle it. But still, it's kind of scary. When did you start animating in Blender? About a little less than a year ago, actually. It hasn't been that long. Yeah, when I made my first tests, I feel like I can pull this out a little bit, right? To bridge it. I'm really trying so hard on the facial features. I haven't started with the mouth yet. I'm too terrified to start with the mouth. Plus, I feel like I gotta do so much cleanup here with the eyes, because I don't know how to fix this. I don't know what's missing. See, that's what practice gets you. Also, I just realized he has a lot of fat on his cheeks, so maybe I feel like I should bring the front of the face out even more. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try staying close to the reference, maybe it's gonna help. Like the cheeks here, I can always just bring it back later, like that. A lot of cheeks up here, like this. Because even in the human anatomy, there's a little pocket of fat on the cheeks here. I feel like this is a little bit too much, or maybe I can make it more gradual by bringing this out as well, so it's like slow and stuff. Bring it in a little bit, like that. Orthographic just deforms them, but right, you know. SharpWind, how did you learn Minimator? Once again, practice. Like when I was starting out, when I was your age, boy, there were no tutorials out there yet. There was this one guy, the ski dude thing. He was one of the first people ever to make Minimator tutorials, and I watched a few of them, but from then I kind of, you know, had to continue by myself. He had the basic ones, how to use the software, how to do this, how to do that, and from then on, like I've said, yeah, practice. Like when you know the software, it's usually very handy if you can get an idea, and then you're like, what do I need to achieve this idea? For an example, for Arcane, I was like, okay, for Arcane, for the Punisher contest, my latest video, which isn't the time-lapse. Nobody wanted to watch the time-lapse because it was too long. So I guess I should stop making time-lapses. I should focus on actual content instead. I thought it was gonna be nice extra. But when I wanted to make Zon, the city, I thought to myself, okay, so I'm gonna make the model of the train, it's gonna be steampunky, whatnot, and then I thought, you know, I wanna get this bevel here, but I don't know how to do custom bevels. So that's the first thing. I know what I want, I know the shape that I'm trying to get, I don't know how to do custom bevels, so then I just looked it up online. It's like, Blender, how to do custom bevels. I think it's also visible in the time-lapse, like the very moment when I open up the YouTube page and look at the video to see how to do custom bevels in Blender. And I was like, okay, yeah, so when you do the bevel, there's this little window pop-up down here. Okay, so this is where you customize the side view of it. Okay, cool. I jumped in, I tried it, I see, okay, now when I move these vertices, that's what happens, okay, and I just try to fiddle with it until it was right. So, get an idea of what you want, and from then, just start working on it. And when you encounter issues, that's when you try to tackle those issues. Like, okay, I want to do this, the problem is I don't know how to do that. Okay, now I know what I have to learn. Do you like KOS? I don't know what that is, I'm sorry. I don't have many points in general knowledge. My knowledge is very specific and stuff, yes. Let's fix the nose a little bit, right? To mix it up. I have done enough around the eyes already. I still have to fix them somehow, and I still don't know how. Do you play Minecraft? Yes, I still play Minecraft. Minecraft is fun. Although sometimes I run out of stuff to do. Like, when you beat the game, when you kill the dragon, you get the elytra, you make a bunch of farms, because I like redstone, I always like to work on my farms. When you build a bunch of farms, from then I usually don't know what to do anymore. It just runs out of stuff. I used to be able to enjoy Minecraft for months at a time, but now I'm just kind of unsure when I play sometimes. I mostly just play League of Legends, because you can just jump into a match, and that's it. One match, and then another match. If you want to play more, you can always just go more matches, and you always have something to do. Each match has their own objectives and stuff like that you need to follow, so it's always like a fresh game, right? Whereas with Minecraft, you finished all the achievements and stuff, and now all of a sudden you have nothing to do, at least in my opinion. What's your best animated film? It's not a film, it's a series, Arcane. I've talked about it so much in this stream, and I'll talk about it again. Arcane is amazing. Oh my god. It's so cool. Everything about it, man. Let's try the crease tool. Is that the crease tool? Crease, yeah. We do a little bit of that here. Like that. Go back to this one. Press harder on the nostrils. I wish I could see the nostrils, that'd be better. I should have gotten more reference material, because some of them are different shapes. Usually, when people ask about 3D animation, like, what do the pros really talk about? I'm not saying I'm a pro. This is coming off with a weird message. But to some people, I'm considered a pro. And when I'm asked, what do you guys talk about with your friends? It's usually, people usually have expectations like we're talking about some super high-end hidden techniques, but really, we're just nerding out about how one of my friends just made a lamppost using nothing but basic shapes in a normal map. You're like, wow, the little simple things, or how to get nice surface imperfections. Stuff that people are barely gonna notice, but it's just ear candy talking about it. Guilty pleasures of 3D animators. It's the same for sound design artists. One of my friends is a sound designer, and because I'm a multimedia technician, I kind of, you know, understand his field a little bit. And when we talk about stuff, he's always nerding out about the tiniest stuff. Like, I was compositing a sound effect for a door handle, and he needed like 20 different sound effects, like one for the hinge, one for the little mechanism here. There's so many different intricate ways you can design the sound for doors to sound differently, like, you know? It's the same with animation. It's the little things in life. I feel like I gotta fix the proportions once again. And I also feel like that kind of fixed the whole thing with the eyes. Not the whole one, but it definitely improved it. Man, proportions are everything. Art is very punishing, right? Especially characters. If you get one thing wrong, especially characters and human faces, because we have evolved to recognize human faces. If you get one slight thing wrong, it's gonna be game over. Like, you're gonna see this huge disappointment. You're like, oh, what's wrong with it? I don't know what to do. I'm out of ideas. What can I try to make this look better? And then you change this one specific thing, like the proportions are slightly off. And all of a sudden, this feels a lot more like a human now. The distance between the eyes and the nose was way too big, and that was my problem. And now that I'm here, all of a sudden, this feels more like a human. And now I have another problem down with the mouth, because I don't know what to do there. So I'm gonna check my reference, and I'm gonna, try getting around that. There's a lot of pain, trial, and error, but that's just what 3D animation is. Like, that's just what art is in general. So lots of practice. To all of you trying to get into it, it's just lots and lots and lots and lots of practice. Do not give up. It's an understatement. Just practice. When I say practice, it's an understatement. You need a lot of practice. It's like that one meme that went around Discord for a while. Like, two people are chatting. One of them's like, how do you get so good at art? And he's like, well, I practice a lot. And the other guy's, yeah, but I already practiced so much, with a pile of papers behind them. Like, I've done so much. Look at this huge pile. I've been practicing for so long, and I still can't do it right. And the other guy says, well, just keep on practicing. And behind him, there's a 50 times bigger pile, and it's pretty much realistic. Like, it's a lot of the practice and the learning experience and stuff is unseen most of the time, right? Especially on YouTube. With my latest video, I was just memeing the whole thing. Haha, I pulled an all-nighter, caffeine addiction funny. I was actually fueled with caffeine when I wrote the script for this video. I actually did pull an all-nighter and tortured myself when I was working on that submission. But on YouTube, it's like, the content needs to be funny and digestible and stuff. So you don't see a lot of content of people doing what I'm doing right now. For example, live streams are a thing, but you rarely see videos that are 4 hours long and the guy spends 4 hours just focusing on the details around the eyes, because it's not interesting. Some people do that still. Some people have that type of content. Mad respect to those people, and if they're able to get a lot of views on them, mad respect. It's really difficult to pull off. Some people do it, but usually the content is has to be way more digestible and fast-paced, because people's attention spans are getting shorter all the time. I've noticed that on YouTube as well. A lot of my videos, like, for an example, what is it called? The series On The Go. A series where I show you short but useful millimeter tips in only 5 minutes. It was one of my most popular series ever, because of the reason that it was so short and it was easily digestible. People didn't have to wait for so long to get the tips because it was so fast-paced and interesting, and it was my most popular series ever. There it is, recipe for a cool YouTube video. If you want to get views, just make them short and interesting. That's it. That's why my time lapse also didn't get many views, because it's an hour long, right? People don't want to waste their time watching a lot of this stuff. I think it's valuable stuff though. Like, as an artist, it's very, very useful to watch those long and boring stuff, because you learn a lot that way. You learn a lot by watching somebody else do this and then applying it to your knowledge and your work. I'm literally doing this right now. Like, I've learned most of the stuff about sculpting by watching other people sculpt, right? You're picking up on the tips that other people gave you when you watched them, right? Even that with the retopology on the nose, I was like, oh, why is the nose getting all weird? Oh, right, retopology, I have the tool on, I just have to paint over it still, so it generates enough topology that it's able to smooth it out nicely. Like, nice little tips like that. And now I gave the tip to you. See how we're growing as a community? This is nice. It's wholesome. But yeah, lots of practice. Also, the music's run out. I gotta change the playlist. Sunset Sailing. Alright, let's listen to this one. I got a bunch of questions now. I went on a little rant here. How would you react if you got rickrolled? It wouldn't be the first time. I'm numb to rickrolls at this point. It's happened so many times. May I suggest you play Bedrock Minecraft? You can play custom survival maps. It sounds like a cool idea. However, I don't really do gaming and stuff. I'm mostly an animation channel, so it's kind of off-brand for what I do. Maybe in live streams, maybe that's when I could do gaming and stuff, but I like to focus more on animation. SharpWind, ever tried Bosnian burek? Of course. Like, I live near Jesenice, like that's Mala Bosna, we say here. It's original. It's burek made by Bosnians from Bosnia, and I think they also have Bosnian ingredients. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've been told this way, that it's legitimate original Bosnian burek, and everybody praises it, so I'll just convince myself that it's true. SharpWind, are you going to use this rig in a project? I might make a render on this dude. It's not a rig, for now it's just a model. I might use it sometime in the future, but I doubt. Like, if I'll ever use it, I'm gonna make a video on how I made it, pretty much. But nothing else. Probably not in an animation. Let's see. How do you get us motivated? I don't know, I just talk about stuff that I like. I talk about animation, I talk about my experience, and if that motivates you, then that's great. I'm glad to help. I hope to see some amazing stuff made from you. You said you're motivated, you gotta show me your stuff now. I wanna see them. I wanna see what I've inspired. But I think that's great, like, if having friends that do this stuff, because like, I know I used to take YouTube very seriously a while back, and I know that I don't look at that time too fondly because I got a pretty big head in that era. Now I just take it like chill. Who cares? It's just a dumb YouTube video and stuff. There it is. There's the eye socket I was going for. This is starting to look a little bit better. Yeah. I feel like I'm happy. Yeah, but now that I'm taking it lightly, it's just talking about stuff, working on my stuff. It feels like we're kind of friends, right? I don't know any of you, honestly. Like, you guys are seeing me on a webcam, you know a lot about me, I talk about myself a lot. I just see a bunch of text on screen. I honestly have no idea what most of you guys do. But it feels like a friendly interaction, right? I can see what you guys type, and we're talking. Oh, he feels so Asian now, what have I done? I gotta raise the cheeks. Yeah, it's a one-sided relationship thing we have. You can interact with me, I don't really interact with you all that much. So it's kind of chill at the same time though, if it makes sense, right? Because I'm just doing my thing, you guys are keeping me company as I'm practicing. I would have had to practice anyway. I gotta make it a habit, I gotta practice more. You guys can keep me company while I'm practicing, and at the same time, we talk about things, right? It's almost like a weird type of friendship going on. And when I talk about my stuff, you guys get motivated, which is also cool when you have friends that do the same thing, because you motivate each other, right? I wish I had more Blender friends. I want to nerd out about Blender and random, or just 3D in general, random techniques you can use to get amazing stuff. I just want to have these nerdy conversations. I met this guy at a party a while ago, a long while ago, and we talked about all the nerdy stuff. Like, my nerdy brain was satisfied that night. He was a great guy. I don't know why we never, kept in touch or anything, but that's to be expected. We're just a bunch of strangers who happen to run into each other at a party. But it was very cool. Like, I was like, wow, I really needed this. We're talking about so many random stuff, but it was random nerdy stuff. He's into game development and things, and I was into 3D, and we had a bunch of things in common, like normal maps and stuff like that. We talked about how the textures work. We talked about our experiences with the 3D industry and all sorts of things. But when you have a friend that also does what you do, it's like, some of it is rivalry, you start to get a little bit competitive from time to time, which is healthy, like healthy amount of rivalry. Not the, oh my god, you're better than me, I'm gonna destroy you, but the kind of rivalry that me and Maple have. I'm like, hey yo, Maple, check out my new thing. Aren't you jealous? And he's like, oh god, I gotta practice, man. You're not gonna beat me. Like that type of rivalry. This is not looking like a human anymore. I think I ruined it. I'm gonna bring these up a little bit more. I feel like the eyelids are too thick. Just squish them down a little bit like that. Is that too much? I feel like that's too much. I gotta smooth it out. SharpWind, how does it feel like being an animator? Actually, it's very stressful. I don't know why I'm still stressing about this. I'm afraid of practice. That's unhealthy. Like, I'm afraid of doing what I'm doing right now. I'm really going out of my comfort zone trying to sculpt a face because I know that I'm nowhere near as good as I'm trying to get. But at the same time, why am I afraid? That's natural. I should be here. I need this uncanny practicing step. I'm not gonna get better if I never do it, so why don't I just do it? Right? It's a weird mentality. Like, I used to think that I'm so much better than I feel right now. I don't feel like I'm good with 3D. I know a lot of you guys are gonna say, oh, how could you? Look at my stuff and you're saying you're not good. And I get it, all right. I'm not the worst person in the world as far as 3D stuff goes. But I'm also not as good as I'm trying to be. A lot of the time on videos, especially on the meme-ish videos, it looks like I have the confidence and stuff. And to some degree I do, you know? You gotta praise yourself where that's needed. If you're good at something, don't let it go to waste. Like, you know what? I did a good job. You gotta reward yourself. Don't just spit on yourself where it's not necessary. But at the same time, I see all these other people that are still better than me. And that's natural. I think every artist goes through that all the time. I think when you compare yourself to others, you automatically lose. Because that's not what art is about. Art is about creating stuff, expressing yourself and stuff. And I feel like nowadays, people are way more open when it comes to stuff like that. You're like, oh, I'm not really the best, here's what I made. They're like, there's way more constructive criticism, there's way more positive interactions than there used to be in the earlier days of the internet. I remember when you would post something like that back then, a lot of the time you would get a response by saying, oh, this is garbage, you should kill yourself. I'm not exaggerating, that's how bad it was. Nowadays, it's way more friendly, but still, like, a part of you is still afraid of not doing a good job, even though it's completely normal, and everybody in the world needs to do it if they want to get better, right? And with the ever-expanding world, things are evolving faster than they've ever evolved, ever. It's kind of difficult to tone down and be a little bit more realistic, because endless growth... wait, no. I know what I'm gonna say, but these words were not the right ones to say it. I don't wanna spread misinformation here. Instant results maybe might be better. Instant results that you get from video games and social media. TikTok actually is a pretty good example. I heard TikTok kind of boosts your stuff, like when you start off. That is because of the attempt that, you know, when you get your stuff boosted, you're like, oh, a lot of people watch my stuff, and it kind of drags you in, right? Because it's dopamine, it's free internet points. And that's not a bad business model by any means. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But a lot of the time, we are taught that results come quickly. You watch a whole movie about this guy finding Nemo. He lost his son, and even though the movie could have taken place over the course of 3 months, the movie is 2 hours long. Because who's gonna watch a freaking 3-month-long movie, right? But there's a quick payoff. You can see the results. I put up a new YouTube video. I'm partially to blame here too, because that's just how it works. Good content and realistic expectations are completely separate things. You shouldn't get your expectations from content that you watched online. So my video, where I made the train scene, I was like, haha, funny meme, I'll just do this, do that, threw it in quick, and there we go. It's fun and easy and quick and simple, and you get the point. That was generally the whole vibe of the video. I did this all over the place. Even the rig, when I made the rig, oh, told you I could do it. Just put up an IK handle, set up some controls, make it look nice, you know? I did this because it's good content. It's funny, it's easily digestible, it's fun to watch. But in reality, just became British for a second, in reality, that's not how it works. Like, if you watch my time-lapse video, that's also partially the reason why I posted the time-lapse video, because I want you to see how realistically that was, like, what it was like in reality. When I made the rig, in the video, I was like, told you I could do it, just set up an IK handle, move this here, set up some controls, and boom, this thing is ready for animation. In my live stream, you can see that I had to do it twice. I had to open YouTube 3 times, because I had no idea what I was doing. I was completely lost. And it was a big mess. Making this rig was a big mess. And the weight painting, the time-lapse really shows it. I almost tried to cut it out to make it, you know, easily to watch, but I was like, you know what? No, because that's not true. Like, time-lapse, it took me a while. I really shouldn't cut anything out because this is the reality of the situation. I shouldn't really modify how I got to that point, because that's the point of the time-lapse, right? To show a realistic approach as to how I did this stuff. And you can see in the video, I said, do a bit of weight painting here and on the lower part, and that's it. Cool. In reality, I did it once. It wasn't cool. I tried to reduce the other side, and was also getting like this weird jagged edge. Oh no. Maybe I can try the gradient tool. Oh no, that just made it, that just painted everything below it, even though I'm not even touching this mesh. Can I select this somehow? Okay, let's erase everything. Let's try this again. Just take a big brush with a large fall off, make it as smooth as possible. Boom. It's still kind of funny. Okay, maybe if I add some here, maybe if I reduce some there. And all in all, it took me over almost an hour to get it right. With the weight painting. But the video only shows you that one small segment, which is why people get an expectation that it's supposed to be quick and easy and fun, which is not true. Art is really difficult. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of everything. And it's a learning curve, right? It's a huge learning curve. You gotta get used to it. Oh boy, this looks like a human, but it doesn't look like this human. See what I mean? I've spent a lot of time working on this here, and these are 2 completely separate things. I can try something. I want to try something. There's no modifiers. All right, good. Can I merge these? I don't want to merge them though. That's gonna be bad. SharpWind, I don't know if I should ask, but how do you recover from sadness with getting bad/unluck? Positive mindset. I actually used to struggle with depression a lot. I still have it. I don't know, can you ever truly get rid of depression? Like, I used to have depression, but now I'm completely cured. Does that ever happen? I don't know if it's supposed to be like a lifelong mental disease, or if it's just, you know, I used to deal with it then, but now it's gone. I don't know if it's a lifelong thing or not, but I used to struggle with it a lot. That's also why Divided was made. It was also sort of plagiarized from Kazakoja, and I've addressed that before. It was a cool idea, and I was going through a lot of stuff, depression a lot, and I just, you know, made an animation about depression. I was depicting myself as Sean, and I got a place where I could physically take out my anger on depression, right? I was actually beating up my depression as I was animating. And when I was animating a big punch, I was like, big punch, make this faster, make it more intense. I want to beat this thing up. It's so annoying. But what actually helped me was talking to people and avoiding the toxic mindset that I had at the time. Just being reasonable. You know what's acceptable, what's socially acceptable, what's reasonable. How do I put this into words? Because, like, therapy doesn't just happen in a single sentence. It's gonna be very difficult for me to just be like, just do this and you're completely free. It's hard to cure mental illnesses, right? It's not just, a one-click button like in Blender. But I'm trying to think. How would I phrase the words? Like positive mindset. Like, have you tried meditation? I know it sounds like a taboo topic and like, oh, crystal spirits and Buddha himself. Meditation is pretty good. It helps you clear your mind, especially in the mornings or before you have a big event going on or something. If you're stressed, if you're sad, if you're depressed, take some time off, right? It's important to reset yourself. You're constantly plugged into this thing, thinking about it. Just sit down, put up some relaxing music, or not, whatever is best. You can sit in complete silence, it helps a lot. Just sit down, think everything away. Like, don't think about anything at all. Focus on, how nice this chair feels on my butt. Or, okay, that sounds kind of way too sexual, that I was kind of trying to make it. But think about the stuff that are happening currently. Like, think about your breathing. Think about what you're seeing, like your eyelids, your closed eyes. Think about, this is it. There's nothing else. What's in the moment, right? I can feel the floor underneath me. I can see blackness. I can hear those birds outside, and that's it. Just sit there in silence. Don't think about any of the problems. This is it. Like, I exist. Why am I worrying about stuff? It usually passes. You just need a healthy mindset. Like, it's okay to have problems. Like, there's a big stigma. Like, oh, you're not perfect. You don't deserve stuff. No. It's normal to have problems. And it's normal to accept that. Like, oh, I'm going through some stuff. I know it's gonna be better. After every storm, the sun shines. There's a proverb in Slovenia. That's what we say here. And it's true. Depression is not something that sticks around for the rest of your life, right? Depression will eventually pass, but you need to address it yourself as well. I am trying to sound like such a therapist. I'm just trying to put my thoughts about it into words. Don't take my word as holy here, right? I'm just expressing how I feel about that. Because I was going through it. I know it's something that helped me when it came to that. I don't know if it's gonna help you as well, because everybody deals with stuff differently. But that's how I feel about it. You just gotta step back from it and think of the bigger picture. Something that helped me as well, actually, I might as well mention this here. I used to think existentially about it, right? Not the existential crisis that we're all gonna die someday, but you know, think about it. What is life really? We're all just, like, there's 7 billion of us here, stuck on this small rock floating through space. If you think about the universe and stuff, do my problems really matter? Like, does it really matter? Does anything matter? Like, I'm just this small little ant on this small little rock in the middle of nowhere. The universe is so grand. Who cares if I have a bad boss? Like, this boss is an asshole, but this doesn't really matter at all. Why am I bothered by this? Just exist. We have a limited time. Enjoy your time while you can. Don't overthink things in general, right? Once again, I know it's difficult when you're actually depressed to think like this, but you know, if you can get yourself in that carefree mindset, it's gonna help you. Like that. Let's close the rant. I have a bunch of stuff here that I haven't read. You guys been asking questions. I was just on this thing. SharpWind, how's your tooth? Okay, story time. Yesterday evening, the tooth filling in my tooth. Is it a filling or a seal? Whatever the dentist fixes your tooth with. Like, it fell out pretty much. I brushed my teeth. I was juggling. Okay, I don't know a bunch of words here. I was flushing my mouth with water. I don't care. You know what I'm talking about. I was flushing it out, and all of a sudden I feel something moving. Oh, is it a piece of food that I forgot to brush off? No, this is inside the tooth. Oh, it fell out. All the filling fell out. I have a big hole in my tooth right now. Luckily, it doesn't hurt. So I think there might be a tiny layer of the filling still in here, just covering up the nerves. I'll go to the dentist on Thursday, hopefully to get it patched up again, because if this starts to hurt again, I'm gonna be in pure agony, and I don't want that. But yeah, I have a big hole in my tooth, and it feels so wrong. I put my tongue on the tooth. Usually you feel the natural tooth shape. It's a round hole, because the dentist drilled into my tooth before, so he got the filling in. So now the hole is completely round, and it feels so wrong. Like, it's so uncanny. I don't like it. SharpWind, you inspire me to make custom generated rig ever since I saw your last time lapse. You motivated me by using rig bone as a plane, and the result was overhyping me. That's really great. I like the fact that you're chasing Blender, bigger software and stuff. I still don't know everything myself, just like I had the rant before, but I'm glad that I'm able to motivate someone, and if I motivate at least one person today, then I can go to bed with a warm feeling in my heart, right? Let's be a little bit more wholesome here. Good luck with the rig. You could try to send it to me on Discord after you're done. I want to see what you've done with it. SharpWind, how'd you get the name SharpWind? We used to play a lot of Call of Duty. My brother was Sky Fighter. I don't know where he got the name, but it was combined from two words, like Sky Fighter. And I was like, oh, that's very cool. I need a name of my own. And I was like, he's got Sky. I don't want to have Sky as well, so I'll do something similar. Oh, Wind. And I need something to put with wind. And for some reason, sharp was the first word that I thought of. SharpWind. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Imagine actual sharp wind. Just wind starts blowing, you get scratches all over your body. I thought it was kind of badass. I was like, I became SharpWind ever since. If you find an animation issue or bug, how do you fix it? I usually Google my issues, like, oh, this is happening, what do I feel about this? If I don't find anything, if I find solutions, I do the solutions. If I don't find anything, I usually just try to use other methods that give me same results without using those mechanics, if possible. Nope, I never tried it because there was no quiet place here. Even with people chatting, just disconnecting by itself does a lot, right? Just disconnect from everything. Like, don't think about the problems. It's better. Here's what I'm gonna say. This is a good piece of advice. If you have a lot of problems, don't focus. It's better to completely zone out and not think about your problems, thinking about the moment and breaking down the complex task. I have so much work right now, right? I have so many things to do. Okay, it's overwhelming, right? But let's break it down. This big, impossible task, break it down. What can you do now? What do you have to do later? Just break it down into smaller, manageable tasks. And it doesn't seem so dreadful anymore, right? Because it's easy to be overwhelmed by the amount of food you have to cook for lunch today. But it's way easier if you're like, okay, so I need to boil the water, then I need to do that, then I need to do that. It's easier to get up and boil the water. And then it's easier to get up and cut the potatoes. Then it's easier to do each thing individually. Then think of it as, oh, I need to do so many things at once, right? Just break it down, it's gonna help. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here as well. Okay, I only go to the press one time, but one of the worst ways my tooth broke by a car window. That sounds painful. I don't know what to say about that. Tooth pain sucks in general. I wish we could eliminate it forever. Whoever came up with the teeth design for people should be put to jail. Sorry, not sorry. Enderman versus SCP in Blender. That's gonna take a lot of time, and I don't know anything about that. It's gonna take a while. You motivated me today. I'm animating right now. Thank you. Wow, that's great. That's great. Good luck. I kind of want to... Next time I do a stream like that, I'm gonna set up a channel in Discord where you guys send me your stuff, because I want to see what you guys are doing at the same time when I take small breaks like this to talk about stuff. Like, I'm on a break right now, right? I'm talking to you instead of working. I set up this lattice so I can deform it later, but I want to answer the questions first. If you have an animation issue or bug... Oh, that's the same question as before, you send it twice. Okay, because I didn't see it the first time, and now I just read back both of them. If you could live stream wherever you wanted without any financial problems or anything, where would it... Oh, live, if you could live. Where would it be, and what kind of home would it be? Definitely somewhere in a rural area. I used to live in a very rural area, but now I moved to the city capital. I'm literally surrounded by buildings, concrete, and traffic all day. And well, I think it's pretty fun here. Like, I don't have any problems here. People complain about the capital a lot for being loud and strange. I don't mind it too much, but I think I prefer the rural area with people you know, people you're closer with, because here I'm a stranger to everybody. I could literally walk outside my block of flats, right? Stay with me. I could walk outside and take a massive dump on the sidewalk. Take my pants off. Take a massive crap onto the sidewalk in front of everybody, right? I could do that right now. Go back inside, and the next day when I walk out, no one's gonna know that was me, because everybody is different here. I'm a stranger to everybody. I see so many people every day. I can do whatever I want, and I'm not gonna get noticed. Unless somebody calls the cops, alright. Someone's gonna call the cops if I'm taking a crap on the sidewalk, right? So, but apart from that, if I do something weird, which isn't illegal, it doesn't really matter, because nobody knows who I am. I like the anonymity. Like, I can do whatever I want, almost. So it's not bad. I kind of enjoy it, but at the same time, just people you're close with and stuff. That's pretty cool. Oh, I think I was supposed to do this instead, right? Maybe this and scale it back out. And maybe scale everything back in again. Also, I feel like the last part of the head. No, this is actually pretty good. Okay, back to the lower part. What do you do with the mouth? Yo, I'm still here, mate. I had to go because study. Hi, I'm still here. I'm still doing this. How long has it been? How long have I been going for? I'm kind of curious. I'll check it out later. I just want to get this lattice done first. I feel like these could also... Oops, that's not the scale. Undo. But GZ, just move them up, right? Flatten it down. Actually, no. Because he does have a little pointy chin. So maybe I gotta scale these out a little bit more. And then bring all of these up. General face shape. 72 minutes only. I feel like I've been going for longer. Yeah, almost 2 hours. All right, it's fine. No biggie. I feel like, hold on, 1 second. Yeah. I told a friend of mine today that I have my 10th YouTube anniversary live stream, right? Because I've been on YouTube for 10 years, even though it's 9 years. I messed up the date. But I got a little gift. She bought me a can of beer, so I might as well honor that gift by opening the can of beer on the live stream. I'm grateful, right? Because I'm out of beer and it's Sunday, so I can't even get any. So, cheers, mates. Have a wonderful time animating. I know you guys are working on your stuff, so we might as well just work on our stuff together and chat through the live stream. It's a chill time, you know? I like streams like that. It's very casual and stuff. I feel like if I jump out of this mode, I feel like there's a lot of fat here. I gotta somewhat get rid of that. I gotta figure out how the topology works. Actually, I have an idea. Did I copy this? Hold on. I'm gonna do something interesting. I'll bring this down here. Go into Arcane Splash Art. This is Kane from League of Legends, by the way. I don't think I've ever mentioned what I'm even doing. I am going to copy this image. I'm gonna open up Adobe Photoshop and I'm gonna try something which might help me with stuff. SharpWind, if you had no sense of hunger, hold on, Photoshop just opened above your question. If you had no sense of hunger, as you would still have to eat or not, but your body literally doesn't know it's hungry, how would you eat properly? I would probably set a timer every 4 hours or so. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I would love if I didn't require food, because eating is one of the most annoying things ever, right? I'm trying to be an artist, I'm trying to do my thing, I'm very busy, And I'm like, I'm hungry right now. I haven't eaten all day. I've eaten a few pieces of toast. And I got caught up in work. I'm doing stuff. I'm enjoying the live stream, right? I'm doing my thing here. And all of a sudden, oh, I'm very hungry. I really don't want to get up. I really don't want to make myself some food. It's gonna wait. And I still continue doing stuff. And I'm just gonna bring Photoshop down like that. Oh, there it is. I continue doing my stuff until it gets so bad that I have no choice. Clipboard. I'm gonna do that. I have no choice but to get up and eat. It's a nuisance. I don't want to have to eat. I just want to do my thing. How do I bring the layers up? There it is. Paste. Do this. Yes. Maybe scale this guy up. It's gonna help me understand the topology if I do this, I think. So I'm just gonna try. I'm gonna answer the question still. Yes. Sharp, should I send the submission from You Laugh, You Lose? No. This is not the Alco stream. I'm just gonna have literally one can of beer. I'm gonna do an Alco stream. So it's gonna be a You Laugh, You Lose event. You guys are gonna send me funny stuff, and every time I laugh, I have to sip some alcohol. It's gonna be funny. I think it's gonna be funny. But not today. Today we're celebrating my anniversary. We're answering your questions, getting that wholesome, deep conversations. We're not gonna drink today, no. No plans on getting drunk. Do you know about the AML community? I do not. SharpWind, I lost the question. Will you ever switch from Minimeter to Blender or Cinema 4D for micro animations? I've already switched to Blender. I'm a Blender channel. I make Blender content. It's been almost a month, I think, since I've done the switch. SharpWind, will you continue Minimeter tutorials? Probably not. I am now a Blender boy. Where's the mouse? There it is. One thing I want to try, right, to understand the topology. First of all, drop the size a little bit. Second of all, this is a very small screen, like resolution-wise. I'm gonna take the stylus and I'm gonna try to just map out how the topology flows here, right? I think it's gonna help me understand how the... What do I actually need to do with the topology? So maybe this is where the topology would go, somewhere here, out, up like so, and down like that. I'm gonna try mapping it out. There's probably one more row in here, right? Just all quick like. And I want to know what it looks like when it gets to the thing. This is the mouth. Just surrounding it like that, right? Trying to 3D map it, you know. SharpWind, how do you have the reference image on your screen? That is a software called PureRef. This is the icon. Yeah. It's typed PureRef. Hold on. Let me just type it in chat so you can read it here. PureRef. There it is. The AML community is one of the laziest animators, but a bit better than Monster School. Oh, okay. I don't want to know then. I know exactly what kind of people those are. You do you. I don't like it, but you do you. As long as you're having fun, man. This is the eyeball. This is where it goes. I think I messed up here because this is supposed to be there, and there's a star here, right? If we're talking about topology, so this is where it goes down like that, and this is where it goes like that. Don't want to do that too much. I want to focus on the mouth area because I'm kind of confused on what the topology is here. SharpWind, how long to make short video on Minimeter or Blender? Well, the last video that I did on Blender, the Punisher thing, it took me a while. It took me almost the entire month. So it can take a little while because I gotta do the whole animation, then I gotta record myself talking about it, behind the scenes stuff. It's a lot of work. When I started YouTube, I didn't think it was gonna be that much work. This. Why am I going downwards? I don't think this is the correct flow of the topology, but I don't know how to fix it now. So I'm just gonna go with it. Mouth, I'm gonna circle that. I feel like there was another question, so I'm gonna... Raffle says thank you, you're welcome. You can customize your battleship. If you can customize your battleship, what would you mount on the missiles or would you mount on missiles or projectile weapons? I don't know, I never thought about that. Probably some explosive stuff, you know, like something you shoot out and then it explodes at the end. I don't know if, like, missiles and projectile weapons, I feel like they both do the same thing, so I'm not sure. Hold on. I'll get to your question in a second. I'm just trying to map out this topology here. So it's going in, it's going out, yeah. I can see the form a little bit better now that I'm focusing on it. That's why I'm doing this. So there's the cheek. There's a bunch of stuff on the nose. Like that. And now we add the vertical lines, right? This, and this is gonna go inwards like that. Voice crack, nice. Teeth, and this is where it connects, kind of. And that way, by doing what I'm doing right now, you can kind of see the flow of topology on a character if you're not entirely sure what the topology should be like. You see this? I'm kind of getting a sense of a 3D world, and by doing this, I feel like I'm gonna better understand what's going on the mouth, and that way, I can focus on continuing the stuff that I don't understand. So it's like this, it's going in, it's going out, it's going down, okay. I feel like that's okay. There's a little bit of a bump here, okay. I have a bit of understanding now. This is going out like that. This is going inwards around the eyebrow, behind. Question. Since you do have a large chance of being in Slovenia in the future... Oh, since I do have a large chance of being in Slovenia in the future due to school or work reasons and food places... any food places or foods that they serve you recommend? Thought I'd ask in advance. A lot of stuff, actually, they have some pretty nice foods. Ironically, though, if I have to recommend anything, I wouldn't recommend many Slovenian stuff, because some of the stuff that I enjoy eating the most are things like Chinese food or stuff like that. If you want to go get I forgot the name of it. There's a bunch of really nice places here. If you happen to be in the northwest region of Slovenia, there's this place in Brežice called Moby Dick. There's a restaurant called Moby Dick, and they have one of the best pizzas in Slovenia, in my opinion. So that's a good thing. That's a good place to start. Is it possible to do Minecraft animations in Blender? Yes, of course it is. Anything is possible in Blender. You can literally do anything you want. It's amazing. SharpWind, why are you animating? Because I like it. I've been inspired from a young age, and ever since then, I do it because it's a hobby of mine, and I enjoy doing it. What's next? Yeah, SharpWind, how do you make textures of the skin in Minimeter and Blender? In Minimeter, I usually just paint over a texture and use that as my building block. I use the skin, basically, or paint stuff that I then use with items in Minimeter. In Blender, it's a texture. A texture consists of 5 different textures. You have the normal map, the base color, normal map, height map, roughness map. The 5th one, I didn't know which one, metallic map, but you don't need that on the skin, so 4 maps, mostly. And all these maps work together to create a realistic material. I'll get to that in the end. Probably not in today's stream, because I have a lot of stuff left to do here. Tell Isaac to stop pinging me. It's beyond my control. Tell him yourself. Say, yo, Isaac, stop pinging me. Command, is it your 9th or 10th anniversary? It's my 9th. I thought it was the 10th, but it's the 9th. I messed it up. Mapo tofu? I've never had that, honestly. Okay, let's go back into my topology practice. Okay, I feel like this is where it's gonna start rounding out to that place. There's a little bit of a bump here as far as that goes. I feel like most of this stuff is just remaining flat, right? And there's a little bit of a bump here which goes back in and around the eye and up to the face. So I have a rough idea. There's a bump here on the cheek. That's it. There's a bump and it's going inwards. This part is mostly just flat, but it has a bump from the skin underneath. So I kind of know what I have to do now. So if I close this down, don't save anything. I just wanted to, you know, get an idea on what I'm doing. So basically the cheeks gotta come out, actually. As much as I thought I have to, you know, keep them close together, actually have to come out. That a little bit, actually a little bit more as well, like this. I love the graphic tablet because I'm actually scaling stuff by drawing with the pencil. It's so cool, so intuitive. Hold on. SharpWind, will you have a haircut? Do you think I need a haircut already? My hair's pretty short. I don't think it's that bad yet. Come on. Sorry, Mom. Boop, boop. I don't think it's that bad yet. I think it's still fine. Okay, so let's... Is it time to apply the modifier yet? I'm gonna wait a little while. Hey Sharp, I still can't join Discord. You're not on the bans list though. Like, you should be able to join. I've checked the other time we did this. Your name is not on the bans list anymore, unless you've changed your name and it's something completely different. SharpWind, how does it feel through the whole journey? It's rewarding. If I look at my first stuff, it's absolutely nothing compared to what I'm doing here. Even though I still know that this is kind of rubbish, it's not really the best rig I've ever done. It's not the best, I know I can do better, and I know I have a lot to learn. I'm not happy with this, but, you know, it's a progress. It's a process, I mean. Learning is a process. It's gonna take me a little while before I get there, right? So, I'm happy. Worth it. 100% worth it. SharpWind, how's your tattoo? How old were you when you started YouTube? I was 13 when I started YouTube. Yes, tattoo's coming along well. The tattoo artist said I don't need an extra, you know, corrections and stuff. It looked alright on the first try, so that's it. This is what I got for the rest of my life. I'm happy with it. The colors are still nice, so it's fine. What texture is better? What texturing software? Photoshop or GIMP? In my experience, Photoshop, I haven't used GIMP too much. GIMP might be better, I don't know, because I never used it, so I'm not really the one to advise here. I use Photoshop, so I'm naturally going to defend Photoshop. SharpWind, what a big, massive animation film project are you planning once you... since you own Regno Studios? We have a bunch of stuff planned, but I'm not allowed to talk about them yet, because they're still, you know, hidden plans. Don't want to spoil anything. I gotta talk with Life and Dusk if you want to get spoilers. Because Life also agrees that I shouldn't talk about them too much. Maybe a little bit. I'd rather not, just in case. I don't want to give away too much. Oh, Fallen found your account, Sulky. You were hacked, you got banned, and now... Since he found your account, you can get unbanned. I didn't found you anywhere, so I thought you weren't banned anymore. He doesn't own Regno Studios. I co-own it. There's 3 of us that are constantly in the battle for the ownership of the company. No, I'm kidding. It's not much of a battle. I can totally kick their ass. No, I'm kidding. The joke won't end. I feel like this is a good place to stop with the lattice. I applied it, so now when I do anything with this lattice, it's not affecting the mesh anymore. Okay, that means I can delete the lattice, and I'm left with all of my new changes. Now I can go back into sculpting. This doesn't look too bad, no. I'm kind of proud of myself, right? It looks a bit like a human, but it's not a human yet. A bit more practice is gonna help me with that. I always feel like this glove is gonna rip in half, right? See this thing here? It feels like the fabric is kind of weak, and I don't want to ruin it. Okay. Oh, I think I might have typed sulky instead of slucky. That might be the thing, yeah. I have dyslexia. Sorry. Okay. Let's get back to this. It's been a long break, so let's do a little bit of intruding here, because I feel like that's the right step. Once again, though, I'm not sure, so don't take my word for it. I'm just doing what I think I know is best. Pull the cheeks. He has some feminine cheeks, actually. The cheeks kind of intersect with the upper part, and this part is not that extruded, so this can go inwards a little bit. Also, I think what would help if I added some ears. So I'm gonna try adding ears. I've never added ears before, so this is a first for me as well. I feel like this is too much. Like all of this, just smooth this out. Nope, gotta get in here, smooth a bunch of stuff out. Take this brush, scale it down, give it a bit of more support here, because this is supposed to be a muscle group with the skull. Yes, I study anatomy. How did you know? I haven't studied all that much. It's just funny. I feel like this needs to be filled, and I'll add the details later, like that. Like it's just one fat blob. And I also feel like the sides here could be brought more outwards, right? So it's a little bit more flat. I will smooth this out, but for now, let's keep it like this, right? So the front is a little bit more flat. Correct this. Maybe intrude this a little bit more, like inwards. Blah. Smooth it out. Inwards. Smooth it out. Questions. SharpWind, have you left Minimeter? That's right, sir. I'm now a Blender boy. I want to be a film director. I'm trying out animation for Minimeter and make a movie, but don't know how to start the story. Story is one of the hardest things to think about, to get an idea for. The idea is the most difficult thing you can. I recommend trying to watch some videos about story building, because I'm not the person to help you when it comes to story. I also struggle with ideas all the time, and with how the story is supposed to stand and stuff. So you might want to watch a bunch of videos on that. Other people are going to be more helpful in this than I am. I can help you with the techniques and stuff, like make it technically look good. But story ideas and stuff are not my forte. Yeah, I can't really add anything to this. I'm not the person to be asking this. SharpWind have left Minimeter, yes. He has some feminine cheeks. SharpWind 2022. Don't take me out of context, SMH. Did you get a new PC, or is this still the same one than before? This is a new one. It's been around for 2 months, 3 I think. It's doing a very good job. Long story with the PC. I want to get through the questions first. Thoughts on Gorillaz if you listen to their music? I haven't listened to their music yet. SharpWind, have you ever tried modeling, rigging Spider-Man Miles Morales? No, not yet. I haven't gotten that far. I haven't done many human characters at all. This is one of the first ones. I'm not gonna do the Yo Mama jokes, Winter. Mystical animations. SharpWind, if you had the chance to play with any Hermitcraft member and talk with him or her, who would it be? It's really difficult. I like Mumbo, Grian, and Scar. If I had to pick one, I think it had to be Grian. Grian is pretty cool. I like him. I like his content, his humor, the fact that he always gives so much content to everybody. Like the latest Tree War again. Bringing back memories from Season 8. It happened again, just because Grian was bored, right? I want to make a tree farm. What I ends up doing is encasing in Mumbo's entire base with trees, just because. And it kickstarts like a 4-minute funny segment about, you know, trees and stuff. It's funny. Why did you start in Minimator and not in Blender? Well, Blender used to be way... I was overwhelmed. I tried Blender, because I was like, oh, that's a better 3D animation software, but it had so many things that I didn't know what anything does, and I was like, okay, I might try it with something simpler, right? And I saw Minimator, which is a software which is made specifically for Minecraft animation, and I was like, oh, don't mind if I do. It was very convenient, right, to start from there. The chin is thinner. Let's try to get the proportions right in it. Till this point, somewhere here, he's got this thing going on, right? So I feel like I gotta push a bunch of stuff down. Push this up, push this down. This is the triangular thing. Oh, he's a handsome boy. Look at that. Looking like handsome Squidward. SharpWind did try this. Okay, I read this one. What's the specs, and do you think it's better than the old one? The specs are RTX 3080, so that's a big upgrade. And the processor is Ryzen AMD 5600. I think it's better. I can definitely see improvement as far as render times go. The render times are way quicker, the rendering is way better than it used to be, but other stuff like Premiere preview files and stuff, those are slower somehow, even though all the specs are better than the old one. I don't know how that happened, but it's not that big of a deal. Plus, I really love the short render times, so there's nothing bad I can say about this. I like it. It's very good. Winter, stop. Those jokes are not funny. Yes, I do know that person. I'm not gonna say the name. I won't give you the satisfaction of reading that out loud. You should model SpongeBob. Actually, I should, honestly. Because it's simpler than an actual human here, right? I just started with the human from scratch, right from the beginning. Okay, so this is extruded a little bit more. I gotta establish a border here, I think. Where is it? I think there's a thing for that. Is that pinch? I don't know, because this thing's in the way. I think that's pinch. Or is that pinch? One of these is pinch. If I just do this, what does it do? Yes, that's the brush! Look at me! I'm using the tools like a big boy. I'm gonna put this down a little bit, right? Because it's kind of bothering me. And I feel like I can also start working on this general structure here. If I, start adding detail here. I have never done the lower part of the face ever before. So this is gonna be a new experience for me. I haven't done a lot of stuff when it comes to sculpting, actually. So I'm gonna bring the jaw, the beard, the bottom of the beard. I'm gonna bring that out. Like that. I feel like he's got a really, like, the chin, not the beard, the chin. We have one word in Slovenian for the beard. Like, the beard and the chin, they both have one word. It's called brada. We just say brada for both. So it's kind of confusing when you try to translate stuff into English. What if you model SpongeBob but as a horror character? Now you're talking. You're giving me so much potential YouTube content ideas. I like that. I might do it. Because why not? It's fun. Heavy typophobia effect, yeah. With subsurface scattering and everything. Oh, that'd be so messed up. Sharp, you saw my recent models, didn't you? Question, if you were to make it public or gave it to you, would you like to animate it? Possibly. Yeah. Those characters, right? You made the character models. I don't see why not. They're actually pretty nice looking models. I was surprised. Because I know humans are really difficult to do, and you just kind of pulled that off. Like that. So I was kind of surprised. Next playlist. Coffee House Christmas? No, Jazz Moods. Let's listen to Jazz Moods. Sammy is alive. Hi SharpWind, is Ethan Animates good in animation, the motion or the music with it? I don't watch that much other stuff. Other people and their progress. I don't even watch studios and their progress anymore. I've kind of just really toned down everything a little bit. I don't know. I don't take my time with keeping up with everyone. I'm very busy most of the time. And oh! Undo. Uh-oh. It's still going. Undo. Whew. Okay. I think I'm safe if I do this. Okay. Something happened. I don't know what. I think my pen thought that I was still, you know, drawn. Weird question, but do you have allergies? I do have a few allergies. I used to have a lot of allergies. So many allergies, I could barely count them all. It's better now, though. Yeah. I used to have, like, hundreds of allergies on everything you can possibly think of. But now it's just, I think I've grown out of them, mostly. It's not a problem anymore, that's what I'm trying to say. If you had an unfinished project about Green and Minimator, is it finished? Was it ever posted? Could you show possible? The project actually stood there. I just kind of stopped. Because other stuff came along and it was too old. Like, you know how usually when you want to do a fan-based animation, you kind of want to get it done, right? Quickly, because things evolve on the internet really quickly, and you kind of want to get it done. I never got around to doing that, so the animation is just forever unfinished. And I'm probably not picking it up because now I do Blender stuff. Also, this should not be extruded as much as I did. This should be very soft. Don't know what to do here. Somebody take a screenshot of that. Please, take a picture of this out of context. I'll even move the cursor out the way. Everything else looks so good, but the rest is just... the mouth. It's like when you only have... When you have like 10 minutes left on the test, right? You gotta do everything. You have 10 minutes for the last few questions on the test. This is what you end up with. This isn't too bad, actually. I'm still kind of impressed. This looks like a human. Good job, SharpWind. I just gotta practice my mouth skills thing. SharpWind, do you play any Minecraft realms or servers? Not really. SharpWind will make a Blender collab since you left the Minecraft community. Yes, Blender collabs are definitely coming. No, Sharp is not real, I'm an AI. Yes, you see me in 2D form. You don't know if I'm an actual person or not. I'm actually generated by the Russian government. Hold on. They're shutting me down because I said that. I don't know why I said Russian, especially now with the whole Russia-Ukraine thing. I don't want to get involved. It was a joke. Please don't take it seriously. SharpWind, will you save this live stream? Yes, it's gonna be watchable still. I usually do that with all my live streams. I don't know what to do with the mouth. I'm so confused. Okay, I'll add this muscle group here, like the skin group here. Smooth it a little bit. add it stronger, smooth a little bit, because that's what usually happens on our skin, right? It's a little bit lifted and stuff. I don't know what to do with the mouth though. I really don't know what to do. If you were to suddenly teleported 70 years into the future and your phone worked normally, but using the future's internet, what would be the first thing you would look up? Winning lottery numbers, you know? Never hurts to just win the lottery. You Google up, 2023 October, January something. This lottery number was the winner. And I could, you know, just get a free winning lottery thing. I could win the lottery without problem. Will you make Blender collabs because you left my animator? Yes, I will. I think you once again posted the question twice. Pull the faces outwards a little bit. They look inset too much into the face. What faces? The eyes? You mean the eyes? I don't know what to do. Like, he looks like a person. You can tell there's stuff underneath. It looks like a legit thing, but at the same time something feels off and I'm not sure why. And this is because I lack the practice that I'm actually doing right now. This is my practice. I feel like it's gonna help if I just raise this as well, and just bring some detail to the bottom here. Like that. Make this edge sharper. I'm trying to stay close to the reference, right? So if I do this, make it smaller. If I do this, this is the type of thing. If I add some details here, I gotta raise this and then bring them down when I get closer to the nose, right? This is how it connects. This needs to be raised the most. This needs to be raised the most, and the rest just needs to be smoothed out. Maybe it's gonna be a little better, I don't know, so let's try. Oh, I'm getting a shape here. I'm not as stupid as I thought. This is actually very smart of me. It's not perfect, of course, far from it, but I'm getting some shape here, right? This kind of resembles the human mouth, although it's still very, very flat, and I gotta fix that. But at least I'm getting a shape. I should be pressing harder on the tablet here. The pressure, it's not as sensitive. It kind of feels wrong when you're drawing straight onto the screen with a pen. You kind of feel like, oh, I'm gonna scratch it, oh, I'm gonna break it. But no, this thing is very durable. It just feels wrong still to just draw on a screen. Where'd my mouth go? Okay. Another weird misclick. I don't know how that happens. Something weird with the shortcuts. Do you have a team that can help you on projects with Blender? No, I do everything myself. The faces of the mouth. Yes, I plan on doing that. Thank you. Favorite food to eat? I think pizza pancakes. Hear me out. Stay with me here. Don't click off the video. I'm not crazy. Pizza pancakes. They're amazing. Say whatever you want. That's the best food ever. You make some pancakes, right? Follow me along. Listen to this. You gotta write this down. It's very good stuff. Listen. You make pancakes, right? Regular old pancakes. We all know how they're made. You make the pancakes. You take the tomato sauce thing that you put on pizza. You put some tomato sauce up there. Don't go cheesy. Listen to me. It's actually very good. You gotta try it, alright? The pancakes are the substitute for the dough, right? You make the pancake. You put the tomato sauce up. You grate some cheese. Lots of cheese. Put some salami on there. Once it's done, right? You grate both the cheese and the salami. You put it all in there. And then you roll the pancake like you normally would, except it's got all the pizza ingredients. And even though it's already, you know, done and baked and cooked and stuff, you put it back into the oven for an extra 20 minutes on 200 degrees Celsius, or maybe less, so you don't burn it, like 150 Celsius. 20 minutes, you put it in there, the cheese melts, you get the crispy pancake pizza. It's so delicious. I swear to God. I'm not crazy. You gotta try it. I know it sounds bad at first, because I thought that was weird at first. When you actually try it, it's very good. What made you want to do the Q&A? It's a special occasion, right? And I haven't done a Q&A in a while, so I thought, why not? You know, it's something special. SharpWind, how do you find inspiration? It comes with time, right? I don't know how I got inspired to make Arcane. How I got inspired to be making this dude that I'm making right now. I found this YouTuber called Yan Scripts. I actually learned a lot of modeling stuff from him. And I think he was sculpting a character from some other game, and I was like, oh, you know what? He actually made it look so easy, even though I know it's not actually easy. Hey guys, look at that. Smash or pass? Huh? Let me ask you. Smash or pass? Huh? Look at it. He made it look so easy, and I know it's actually harder than it looks whenever you watch somebody else do it. But I was like, you know what, it actually seems kind of fun. It looks like good practice, right? If I want to improve with characters, I might as well start with something fictional, right? Not realistic characters, because it's easier to mess it up if it's realistic. So, you know, that was my inspiration for the project, and now I'm here. Also, I gotta do something about this, man. I don't know what I'm doing. This is going south real quick. I'm just gonna inset the mouth a little bit, right? To get the feeling of depth, the harsh edge here, right? Maybe I need the harsh edge on the other side of the mouth as well. I feel like that's the case. I'll try it. Pray for me, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm confused. I'm just a confused little child. How are you able to stay on a project without getting bored or losing interest? Because there's so much stuff to do. Like, you've got the eyes. I want to get this done. I want to somewhat shape it. It's interesting, right? Now that I think about it, the edges here are weird. I might come back to it and fix it. Then you got the nose. I want to get the nose right. And I know it's too long, but it's too much work to fix it now, so I just left it here and I'm unhappy with it. Then you got the cheeks. Then you got the mouth, which I'm doing right now. You just tackle one individual thing at a time, and it's always like, I want to fix so many things at once. It's interesting, and I feel like I gotta either smooth this out, but somehow it's missing a transition. I don't know what's wrong about it. I know it's supposed to be smooth from the reference because I see it here, but at the same time it feels wrong when I do it like this. It's difficult. So, okay, this part actually needs to be raised. This part from the cheeks, it needs to run into it, right? Because from the oh, the proportions are completely messed up. That's why this doesn't look like the right character. You see, the thing is, okay, let's take a little step back. I think I'm gonna do a little break again. The mouth goes up into the corner. Actually, how do I move this? Is it right click? I need to swap it out. Okay, I'll move this guy away. Look at this, right? With where my mouse is. The mouth goes into the corner, and then it goes up and makes this little bulge of fat here on the cheek. But this bulge is kind of going upwards towards the nose. If you look at my thing, my mouth comes here. If I try to draw it, this is where the bulge would be, going up towards the nose, and it's not the correct ratio. The mouth should be somewhere here, right? I kind of messed it up completely, which is also why he doesn't feel like the same person, because I messed the very basics up. And yes, guys, always start from the basics. Yes. What I'm left with is a weird, handsome Squidward. I don't know what that is. SharpWind, do you have a job? Yes, I have a job. I work as a video editor for a YouTuber, and in April I get an actual real-life job in a 3D animation studio, which is great. I'll be getting to do lots of 3D in real life, which is cool. Yes. After I get the job in the 3D studio, I'll still work for the YouTuber, so I'll kind of juggle two different jobs. It might be a little bit difficult. But the prices are rising. Electricity got really expensive, as well as gas, so I might need to juggle 2 jobs to, you know, cover the bills and stuff. You can save this, turn it into a funny pufferfish with a carrot. I'm thinking about actually doing something like that, because I've kind of messed everything up. It doesn't look like the same. I might actually just save it and leave it here, like as attempt number 1, you know? And start over sometime in the future, attempt number 2, just to see the timeline progressing on what my first attempt was, and then when I actually get better at this, what my last attempt is, right? To see the evolution. I might do that instead. SharpWind, I kind of struggle due to having ADHD, and it's annoying. Also, I have a terrible cough right now, so animation is all I can... Oh, yeah. I have ADHD as well. I was born with it. I live with ADHD pretty much all my life, and it's gonna stay here for for the rest of it. I think you might have picked it up from my videos, right? Some of my videos just scream ADHD. I see ADHD as a benefit, actually. I don't see it as a disability. I think it's awesome. I get to think in a different way. It's like your ADHD brains don't think the same way as normal brains, right? Because it's a disorder. Your brain is wired differently. And ADHD can really help you when it comes to ideas, or when it comes to having too much energy that you have to put somewhere, and you can put it in a 3D model, which is, you know, here in front of you. You have all this energy and free motivation and stuff. You gotta be careful about burnout, because burnout sucks. When you get burned out, that's a great place to stop. I've gotten burned out before, and it's not nice, especially not for somebody with ADHD who is also a workaholic. So it kind of feels like you're wasting time, but when you actually try to do anything, it's torturous, right? So be careful about burning yourself out. But as far as ADHD goes, I don't really think it's a disability, especially now when it comes to creative stuff. Right? It's very fun. Look at what I've done right now, right? He's got very puffy cheeks. Puffy cheeks. Maybe I might try something else to salvage this project, right? Because the nose is too long and the mouth is too short down. So I might try doing something like this, right? Oops, don't scale him wide. Put him up like this. The nose is a little bit better now. I think I gotta straighten up. Yeah. I can still salvage this. It's fine. SharpWind, do you watch other animators? Sorry, no. I do not pay attention to the market as much as I probably should have. I'm too focused on what I'm doing myself, which is not always the best thing. But that is my reality because I'm a very busy person. So that's just how it is. SharpWind, anyway, I gotta go. I maybe come back to the Zoom if it's still available. Thank you for answering my questions / motivating me, and I'll maybe send you my work on the server. Stay sharp. Alright, Kevin, thank you for stepping by. I hope you had fun, and good luck on your stuff. I'm eager to see it. Send it when you can. SharpWind, my ADHD just keeps me distracted and not wanting to animate. I have so many uncompleted projects that if I didn't burn out could possibly be better, but I just don't know what to do. There's multiple types of ADHD, that's for sure, and you kind of look like it's kind of in the way, right? I don't know which type you have. I'm not a psychologist. I just don't know. We don't have the same type of ADHD, but it's something you have to internalize, right? Like with work ethics and stuff. It's difficult, especially if it's already causing you issues, but it's something you need to practice on and kind of collect a system for yourself. Like everybody's different. If I give you tips on how I get myself to be productive, the tips that I use aren't really going to help you, maybe, because you're a different person. Something else is going to work for you, and you need to find what is that something. What works for you when it comes to motivation. Motivation, inspiration, and just being productive in general. So that is my advice. Just take your time and get to know how your disease works, right? Because it's gonna be better if you understand and know how to counter it, right? You know your body and your mind better than anybody else, is what I'm trying to say. I feel like I'm making such long sentences that could be shortened down by a lot. Sharpen, you created the human version of the shiny Squidward from SpongeBob. Yeah, that's a running joke. It does look like the handsome Squidward. I can see what's wrong, but at the same time, it's kind of very difficult to fix. I don't know why I'm struggling with this so much. I can't tell you. The proportions are wrong. The proportions are really off. Sharpen, I got banned from the Discord because Discord account was being compromised by an unknown user. I got my account hacked and I changed my password. Is there any way you can help? I think we have a ban form. You have to submit the form. I'll talk to the staff. Somebody should send you the form. You submit the form. Why you were banned? Why do you think you were unbanned? Why you think you should be unbanned and stuff like that? And the staff are gonna look into it if they think you deserve to be unbanned, pretty much. So I got banned because of this. I think I should be unbanned because of this. What's your name and Discord tag and stuff? We'll look into the situation and decide based on that. SharpWind, what's your least favorite food? How do you answer something like this straight out of the blue? I'm not prepared for this. My least favorite food. I remember that I've eaten some nasty stuff, which is considered normal food, but it was just kind of gross to me, personally. I just don't think I can remember what it was. Because it's not something you think about too much, I guess. Or at least I don't. I'm thinking. What was the worst food that I've ever eaten? I mean, Brussels sprouts were pretty bad. Don't get me wrong, I love broccoli. I love cauliflower. They're delicious. I can eat them through the spoon, just by itself. They're really good. But Brussels sprouts, for some reason, they just kind of rub me off the wrong way. They're just kind of gross, I think. I don't know if it's the worst food I've had, but it's definitely up there on the list. My bad, not sorry. I gotta put the air out. Mine is pizza pancakes. Screw you, cheesy. Don't knock it till you try it. It's actually good, alright? I promise. You should try it. I swear. I swear it's delicious. It sounds bad, but it's really not. I'm gonna try a different approach with this. I'm gonna model from the top down. I'm gonna try to fix the proportions a little bit, right? Because I know what's wrong. I just don't necessarily know how to fix that. So I can just pull this cheek out a little bit. Okay, smooth this out. That was too much. And I feel like I should just... Like, if I draw something, it should be here, right? This big... Maybe that's too close still. Somewhere like here. Like this. And this is where they are. I'm kind of just looking and drawing. It's almost like tracing the image. I used to do that a lot. SharpWind, why is your Discord role still Le Sharp? Do you just like it or just forgot to change it? I mean, I don't know what to change it to. It's just Le Sharp. It gets the point across, right? I feel like this is it. What I'm doing right now, because this is the fat pocket, right? The muscle is pulling it back, creating this big pocket here, which is also what's pressing on the eyes. That's it. I think I might actually get somewhere. Although I gotta check how long I've been doing this for. 2.5 hours. Great. I don't want to spend the rest of the night doing this. So I might want to drop it soon. But at least I want to try this first, right? I want to see how far I can get with this. So this is where the ligaments go, somewhere in the towards the back of the head, And I can actually increase this line here, because this is, I think there's a muscle here. That's what's causing this. And it actually looks nice, because that's what people have on their heads, if I'm not mistaken. I don't study anatomy too much, but you can see some freaking shape forming. I love this so much. I'm so happy. I'm finally getting some stuff. This is why you practice. Guys, I told you at the beginning of the stream, this is why you practice. Practice gets you the best results. You're seeing it here in action. I was genuinely lost, but now I have a rough guidance. I got this, which seems to be the right direction, which means I can actually do something with this still, and not all hope is gone. So, oh boy. I feel like it's time for me to just completely get rid of the mouth. I'm sorry, I just flattened it out. Not worth it, alright? Gone. SharpWind, have you ever made stop motion before? Yes, a lot of the courses, assignments in high school required us to do stop motion. I've done a lot of stop motion before, because we had to. It was pretty fun though, so I'm not complaining. It's just not really my type of animation. I prefer 3D Blender and sculpting. SharpWind, also I've been running out of ideas for animation that don't take too long, like the Sunday best moments animation I did for my channel, but I don't know what I want to make videos of now. That's fine, I don't actually know either. We're on the same boat here. I'm just doing what I think, what I come up with along the way. Like, I don't have a specific topic. I don't usually do the same topic. I guess the topic would be Blender. I know I like playing with Blender, but I don't know what to do. Tutorials, behind the scenes, random things I pick up along the way. When I think about this, I never really just have an idea ready. I could be lying in bed, ready to get to sleep, right? Just lying in bed, without anything special going on, thinking about completely random stuff, and all of a sudden I'd be like, oh, I just got a really cool YouTube video idea, and I just write it down on the list and keep my ideas there, because one day I'm gonna go back to that list and be like, oh, that's actually fun, I could do that right now. And that's how I actually did a bunch of stuff on my channel already. I went back to old ideas that I wrote down just because, you know, every now and then you're like, oh, I still have this list, let's see what's here. And you're like, oh, you know what, that's actually a very good, funny idea, and you do it. How to make a character in Blender. Also, is Blender free? Blender is 100% free. It's completely free, open source. You don't need a license. You don't need anything. You use the software to create whatever you want. It's free. It runs on a toaster. It's so simple, so optimized. And whatever you do with Blender, whatever you create, if you create the best-selling character of all time, and you made it with Blender, you don't need any license. You can use it. If this character makes you $1 million, Blender does not require any ownership over anything you do. It's completely free, and everything you do is completely yours. No licenses, no shady stuff going on. It's completely open source to all the people. It's amazing. I love Blender. I love the people working at Blender. Every single update, they add something which is completely mind-blowing. They're always improving. Even though it's already super optimized and has so many amazing tools, they're still improving it because they're just amazing people, and I love the Blender developer team, no homo. Man, they're great people. I love them. SharpWind, I don't know if this is personal, but why do you hate the SharpWind horse thing? Okay. Let's jump into controversial topics here, but furries are not really my thing. Alright, if you're a furry, go ahead, do your thing, I don't care. I think it's kind of cringe and weird, and I don't like them, but if you like them and if it makes you happy, go ahead. I'm not gonna judge you, I just don't like it, okay? And the fact that people turned me into a furry, you know, Pony Sharp, I don't really like it too much, alright? Yeah. That's why. That's pretty much it. That's the whole story. I don't really like furries too much. If you're a furry, if it makes you happy, go for it. I'm not gonna judge. You do you. Just don't turn me into a furry, please. I do not like that. Thank you. I feel like this should be curved more. Here. Shade this. Skin is supposed to be smooth, not sharp. What is the angle of this? It's right here. Okay, great. I do a lot of sculpt. I am professional, very much. Also, is this the correct shape for the mouth? Is his mouth actually this enormous? Let's see. I gotta zoom out, because I got the mouse and the scroll wheel. I feel like I can flatten it a little bit. Okay, let me take this. SharpWind, have you ever had an idea for an animation in the evening and then you thought, oh, I'll write it down next morning, and the next day you forgot and you had what you had in mind and you got a weird feeling? It happens all the time. That's why you should really write your stuff down while you had. Never say, I'll write it down tomorrow, because you'll forget. So just write it down whenever you can, right? It happens all the time. Trust, don't worry. You're not the only one. What's the distance? Double the nose? Yeah, it's the proportions are correct. Why am I overthinking this so much? Like, double the nose. And the eyes are actually pretty close to being on the right spot. I might want to raise this up and bring this... Oops. Bring this down like so. Make it smaller. That's starting to feel a little bit like Arcane. Am I right, lads? I don't know if you play League of Legends, but this kind of feels like Arcane, you know? This boy... Oops. The eyebrows, I feel like, are a little bit too thick. So, I'm gonna try... shrinking them, I guess? If I cut into these... I'll get to the questions. I see some questions piling up. But I want to deal with this because for once in a while I know what I'm trying to do, and I'm more comfortable with sculpting the eyes than I am with sculpting the mouth, so I want to take a little break from the mouth. It's a little bit overwhelming. Like I've said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm practicing and I'm trying to do a good job, even though I still have a lot to learn. There, see? I think I've got a good idea on the anatomy on the upper side of the head. The eyebrows and stuff. I feel like I'm doing a good job here. I'm kind of proud of myself. Like I've said, you gotta pat yourself on the back when you think that's necessary, right? I can't just say that I don't know what I'm doing all the time, because I think this looks pretty good, alright? I gotta give myself some praise here, because this is actually quite good looking, right? You have a feeling for the muscle, you have a feeling for tenders and stuff. It feels like there's actual flesh underneath here, and not just some weird 3D topology. Geometry. Pull this in, pull this out. Like this. Yes. This looks like a face. Let's see. SharpWind, what type of computer is better for Blender and Minimator? Probably a box. Don't use laptops. Laptops overheat very quickly and usually don't have powerful components installed in them. Boxes though, I have a big boxy computer. It's a desktop computer, I think that's what they're called. Yeah, it's a lot more sturdier. It lasts longer with time. Stuff like that. SharpWind, Pony Sharp is a threat to society. Just because my character is a wolf hybrid does not make me a furry, right? Just need a clarification so I can prepare for the anti-furry folk. I don't know. If you're really a furry or not, it really... I think it depends from person to person. If you don't identify as a furry, then I guess you're not a furry. But when I'll see your wolf hybrid thing, to me, to my eyes, you will probably be a furry. Because, you know, if I see somebody somebody's character or something looking like half an animal, I'm like, oh yeah, that's probably a furry. Because, I don't know where the line is, where you say something is a furry and something is not. For me, even if it's a completely human character, it just has some ears or a tail. I know there's a special word for it, it's not called being a furry, but in my eyes, I mean, that's kind of furry, I guess. I don't know. I know there's a bunch of words and classifications for different stages of that. I just don't know them. I see a bunch of animal traits on a person. That's furry. My personal line there. Just mixing yourself with an animal. Furry. Instantly. SharpWind, between the nose and the mouth, there are 2 lines. Just touch it. I don't know. Yeah, I will add those. I actually had them before. I had to redo the mouth. You mean these, right? You mean these here. The ones underneath where the mustache goes. I'll add them, but once I add the mouth. I want to add the mouth first, because I don't want to just draw them blindly. I want to see stuff. It's literally a wolf, ears and tails, and that's it. I don't act like a wolf, just a part of the wolf curse. I mean, I'm gonna say, I would say your character is a furry. Depends. Like, just because somebody's character looks a lot like a furry, doesn't mean the actual person in real life acts like a furry. That's not what I said. I just said, like, if I see something, a human with animal traits, I automatically assume that that's a furry. It's a very personal thing, though. Like, someone's gonna say, oh, you've got ears on your thing. That's not being a furry. You just have some anthropomorphic animal traits, whatever. Someone's gonna say, oh, your whole thing is an animal, but you still have human traits. Oh, that's not a furry. Everybody has their own line of definition. In my opinion, in my case, that's just, you know, whenever I see any animal traits on a person, that's immediately furry to me. Okay, I believe you. You're not a furry. I believe you. We have this chin here. I feel like it's gonna be best if I really just try to work on this stuff first, right? Because there's more skin here. I always forget this stuff is supposed to be layered. It's supposed to be fat and smooth. There's lots of fat underneath the skin, right? I feel like this could also go a little bit up. There's more fat here. If I add more geometry and smooth it out, it's gonna feel like there's more fat here. Add more. More! Just give him a double chin if you must. Just add more fat. I feel like it's gonna be good. I don't know, I'm experimenting. I gotta stop being so careful with everything. Just add the fat. Pull it out. I just grab the grab tool and physically pull the edges out if you must. I don't know, man. I'm trying. I'm really trying. Q. Drop this down if you must, alright? That's how I'll do it. If I can't bring it out, I'll drop it down. That's what I'll, yeah. Problem solving. Like this. SharpWind, will tablet help you do texture with pencil on Blender? Okay, if you're just starting to look into it, if you're just learning about this, I don't recommend investing into a tablet. This tablet was nearly $300, so I know it looks fun and fancy, and it is very fun and fancy, but if you're just looking into it, learn the software first without investing into a lot of stuff. You might not need it, right? I got the tablet because of the pressure stuff, right? I'm just gonna show you what I mean here. If I tap really lightly, just make light strokes, I can do this, right? You can barely see that I'm even sculpting. It's very subtle. You can barely see anything. But if I press really hard, okay, I gotta undo a bunch of stuff here. But if I press really hard, you see a lot. It's got pressure sensitivity, and that's something I use a lot because I used to draw a lot with a pencil. And it's stuff like this that helped me with my sculpting. That pressure sensitivity is just amazing. You might not need it. You might not end up sculpting. You might just, you know, focus more on the modeling and stuff. Where I don't even like modeling with the tablet, right? Because it kind of gets in the way. It's easier to model things with a mouse. So, depends on what you want to do. Don't go investing right away. It's not smart. Be smart with the money, because it's actual money being spent here, right? Think before you impulsively buy stuff just because a YouTuber was using it and you thought it was fun. I was overthinking. Like, I was like, okay, I want to get into sculpting. I've done sculpting with the mouse before. I feel like a graphic tablet would really help me, you know, with the progress. I feel like I need it, right? I mean, I could still learn without it, but I feel like it's a very useful tool that could come in handy. So I feel like I have a good enough reason to get the graphic tablet. But even when I got it, I was super... I was worried, right? Because I was, oh no, what if I just bought this and I might not actually end up needing it? What then? I just wasted so much money. Even though I'm using it, right? Okay, I'm feeling better because I'm actually using it now. But I was so worried about what if I actually accidentally just spent a lot of money on this that I don't actually end up needing it. And stuff, right? I was overthinking. I'm an overthinker. It's in my nature. Kane's got some nice lips, yo. No homo. Just drawing so I can see. Okay, I might do a bit of this here. Inset it inwards. Okay, a bunch of stuff. Sharpen, but besides, that's why I try to distance myself from whatever the other type of furry is. I don't know, it just keep me away from disturbing. I like it. Okay, gamer girl, I feel like I have to say this. If you enjoy what you're doing, it doesn't really matter, right? Even if people are gonna judge you for it, I personally don't want to judge anyone. Like I've said, I don't like furries, but if you're a furry and if you enjoy it, just go for it, right? It doesn't really matter. Like, I'm not gonna judge you or be mean to anybody just because they have hobbies that in my opinion are weird. Just do you, right? Just be happy. Do stuff that makes you happy, and that's it. No one cares. And if people do end up judging you or bullying you, it's a really shallow reason to be rude to somebody. You don't have to take their word to heart. Like, they're bullying me just because I have a hobby they don't like. How shallow is that, right? Whenever something like that happens to me, I instantly just... I don't need this person's opinion, right? You started attacking me and being rude just because I have a hobby? I really don't need approval from you anymore. Right? I hope it helps, right? This mentality. That's how I look at things. Oh boy. Music's out again. We got 6 people watching still. It's been almost 3 hours. Part of me still wants to finish this phase, but another part of me really knows that if I try to finish this, it's gonna take me ages. And this live stream might end up being 6 hours long. Because I don't know how to go about doing mouths. I really do not. And the more I do this, the more I feel like the character looks like a woman, even though it's a male character. So that's not my intention. I don't know how to fix this. I'm still learning. Please help. Okay. At least the proportions are better. I thought the stream ended an hour ago. No, man. I'm still grinding. Want to see the progress? Look, here's what I got. I don't know what to do with the mouth. He kind of has a meme-ish face, but I think I did a pretty nice job, you know, on the top of the face and all the muscles and stuff. Just a little work in progress to see where I'm at. I'm trying to do the mouth now, and I'm stuck, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix it. It's so tricky. I'll have a drink. I don't know. I feel like if I add the intrusions here, it's gonna help me visualize it more, right? Even though I can press stronger, this graphic tablet is durable. I don't know why I'm so afraid. Good job you're doing on YouTube for 9 years. Thanks. It's been a long journey. Here we are. Still going strong. We'll see where the road takes us, right? I also feel like this is not enough detail for what I'm trying to do. I might have to remesh it again or raise the detail on the dino top. Let's go for 75. Is that too much? I don't know. But it feels way more, you know, solid. Oops. Hi, welcome Rolex, welcome to the stream. I'm still struggling with this. I don't know what to do. This is difficult. Very difficult. Oh, I have an idea. Just got an idea. I looked at the reference a little bit, so maybe I will try adding a little bit more, you know, fat and stuff underneath here. And when I merge this, it might look better once you add the textures and stuff. So I'll raise this up a little bit, this part here. I will dent this part inwards because we don't need that bridge. This. And add some here. Just kind of merge the mouth into that part. Kind of hope it goes away when I smooth this out, right? I don't know. It's tricky. Because there's a little bit of a outline to the mouth. This is why you practice. It's not too bad. I'm gonna pull this out with the brush. This is why I stick to Minecraft characters. Yeah, it's difficult. It's very difficult, but it's something I want to learn. So I'm going in. I'm going in strong. Because I wanna be the very best. Like no one ever... No, that's a joke. I'm not gonna be the very best, but, you know, it doesn't hurt to be good at something. It's something you like. I wanna be moderately good. Like a lot of people probably have. Dun dun dun. Somebody take this out of context. It's gonna be funny. Okay, the edges of the mouth still look kind of funny. Let's try to identify why that is. I feel like the mouth just ends too quickly. So, you know, because on the reference here, the mouth just kind of stretches further back into the corner of the mouth. So, somewhere here. Like, that's all still a hole. The mouth kind of does this thing here. So, maybe I need to go around that by actually lifting the geometry here around it, right? And this should go in. I feel like I need more detail. This is scary, adding more detail, because every time you add more detail, you are setting yourself up for, like, if I add anything else, it's difficult. It's more difficult to work when you have more detail. Speaking of Blender, how do you make a rig in it? I meant Minimator, but how do you rig and use my prep? I don't know if this is the wrong time. No, it's not the wrong time. I'm just doing something and I can talk about something else. It's fine. Rigs in Blender work in several different ways. You have basic rigs, like you parent something onto the other thing and they both move. That's like a really basic thing. But if you probably mean deforming, like let's say this face rigs are really complex. They're difficult to be made. But you place bones or armatures in there. Hold on, I feel like it's time for me to save. I haven't saved the project at all. Yeah. Oof. I'm gonna... let me just find something. Hold on. I'll continue with what I was... sculpting course. Turret tutorial series. Sculpting practice. I'll put it in here. I'll rename this to... Arcane 1. Save Blender file. Okay, so you place bones into the people. So armature, single bone. This is what it looks like, right? This is a bone, and you place it Minecraft rigs or Minimator rigs. Because you could still make Minecraft characters inside Blender. I don't know what you mean. So, Blender or Minimator? I mean, Minecraft Prep, is that a software? I don't actually know then. Minecraft Prep. If that's a software. It's funny how I still have the beer. I've been drinking it so slowly. You gotta take the time. I feel like I gotta select this guy and then walk into sculpting. Yes, there we go. Like this. Almost done with something nice looking. Also, another problem, I feel like this mouth needs to open up more. I'm gonna try to pose him like this. It's really difficult to make the mouth look good, especially with all the difficult posing and stuff. In that case, I don't know, because I don't know the software, the Minecraft prep thing. So I don't really think I can help you there. Pull them out in the center, like that, but bring them closer towards the edge. I'm learning a lot by doing this, right? Just experimenting, pretty much, yeah, experimenting. Smooth this out a little bit. I feel like that's a solid shape when it comes to the lips, but the mouth itself needs to be a little bit more, you know, dented inwards, because that's a straight up hole, right? So, gua. That's a little bit too thick, the hole. It's gonna be thin, because it's a smaller opening, like this. I'm really hoping my graphic tablet isn't suffering now, because I'm pressing really hard on it and it's made of glass. So I'm really sorry if I'm hurting you here. MC Prep is like an add-on. Tell me more, because I know nothing about it. Like, legitimately nothing. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. So, in order to spark a conversation, tell me about the add-on. I'm kind of interested. Keep the interaction going. That's the beauty of live streams, because we can chat in real time, right? There's something special about that too. I feel like all this sculpting that I'm doing is kind of workout, right? Because I'm always drawing with my mouse like I would on paper. I'm kind of pressing really hard on the tablet. It's kind of like workout, legitimately. I actually broke a little bit of a sweat. I swear I'm not out of shape. I'm just, yeah, not used to this. I exercise regularly. I just never do this motion here. I promise. Kind of fell into the zone, like no talking or anything. For the first time in the last 3 hours, I think. My vocal cords are probably gonna thank me for this one. Okay, so this is the mouth. I can try to get as much detail as possible with this thing. I don't know why they gave him such a weird lip. I don't know what to do with this part here. Like, grab the grab tool and just maybe open the mouth a little bit so it looks like he is smiling more naturally instead of this weird lip. I'm just going off the reference here. It kind of looks uncanny. Because now it kind of feels a little more like he's actually smiling. But in this case, I feel like I need to add more to this cheekbone here, right? Because he's smiling. That's it. It's in here. And this is also what's pushing the little pockets of fat on his face on the bottom. Topology. Also, I think my roommate just came home. I can hear some movement in the background. I think that's it. Put some of this here. Add these two lines underneath the nose, as I was gonna add them before. Smooth them out a little bit. Dent it inwards here. I think that's all I actually need. So just, you know, like that. Smooth it out. Add some geometry. It's supposed to be smoother up here. Like that. Ooh, that's a bit too much, actually. Just take it away. It's fine. raise it up gradually, like that. What's the chat saying? Wow, that's a lot of pings here. When you add an MC world in Blender, yes, you can do that, yes, I know. The textures are not really working. With MC Prep, they were, I know there was Mineways, like a software where you can import Minecraft worlds into Blender and other 3D software. It converts it into an OBJ file. It also kind of does the UVs for you, which is very nice. I didn't know there's an updated version like MC Prep, like you said. That's a valuable piece of information. I might actually use that at some point. So, thanks. I didn't know that. Just came back to do something. How are stuff going? Hi, Semi. Look, I've tackled the mouth. Are you proud of me? I've never done mouths before. This is monumental. It's really something. I feel like this is looking better and better. I'm gonna add a bunch of more, you know, fat pockets down here. And when you smooth them, it kind of looks better. I might take some of it away here, so it actually looks like the fat is just gathering around the chin. I don't know. It looks good from this angle. I don't know if I have to fix it when I actually, you know, do the bottom here, but that's a problem for future me, not for today me. So add some more here. I know this one's supposed to be a little bit thicker. I also know that this one should be a little bit sharper, right? Kind of makes sense. So I'm just gonna smooth this out so it actually looks like it's just here in this one. Yeah, it's sharper. Add a bunch of geometry here because that is also where a bunch of fat is usually stored on the human face. This classic under chin thing. It kind of looks fat-ish. Maybe I should take some away. Stay closer to the source material more than actual anatomy because I'm actually recreating a fictional character, so maybe that's better. Add some detail around the mouth here. And here, where it actually merges with the face, I'm gonna try to actually, you know, merge this so it doesn't look weird. And I think I'm doing a really good job. It kind of looks a little bit uncanny because of the smile, because I don't exactly know how the muscles on the face work yet and stuff, but it's not too bad, you know? I was expecting less from me, to be fair. I've kind of overdone myself for my expectations today. I could do some smaller tweaks still, maybe with the inflate brush. Artificially inflate the lips, you know? You know what I'm talking about, ladies? Oh, no, I'm kidding. It was a bad joke. But it does help when you're trying to, you know, inflate the volume of a bunch of stuff. When you hold control, you can actually go the opposite direction, so you can fix some of the mistakes. So maybe the center here. So it's actually like had a double thing. Sharp, how to get my idle motion to look realistic? It helps if you actually think about why they're moving the way they're moving. So I'll use another example from my recent video because it's the most recent thing. I know I've used it as an example a lot of times, but it's the most recent and it's one of the best ways that I can actually give you advice at this moment. So in my example, I knew the robot character is gonna have to polish the gun and look outside the window. So think when you move the gun, the body somewhat reacts. Like I'm wiggling right now, and when I look outside the window, I know the head's gonna look first, the body's gonna follow, and then the rest's gonna follow. But the arms, when he's focusing on something else, are gonna stop polishing. So he's just gonna stop there, and he's also breathing because he was moving. So it's going up and down a little bit. You know, just to take into account the actual motion and thought process of the character. Apply those as you're animating. That's a very useful thing, mostly. How does the face react here? I think there's an extra little bump here in this area, in this general area. I think so. I don't know. Just, you know, connect it up like that. It's kind of coming together. this, and then just drop it down here like this. It kind of looks alright. It also kind of looks a little bit too unrealistic. I mean, it looks realistic, but, you know, I'm going for stylized, so I'm not sure. Maybe I'll get the crease tool. Where is it? And just, you know, make a bunch of details here. Right now, he just looks like a freaking grandma. I think I gotta cut that out. I think this crease is too much. This crease is actually giving him a lot of this, right? So maybe this should just be one big thing. I'll take the Q tool, this, make it out of one thing. Maybe I'll cut into it and then adjust the bottom so it's not actually so rough and stuff. Hey, that kind of rhymes, nice. But it's actually way more gentle and curved. This is also a good reason why I bought the graphic tablet, because I can make curved lines with ease, because I'm actually drawing with my wrist and my fingers instead of the mouse and the entire hand. So that's also one of the benefits if you're looking to get a graphic tablet. I also feel like this thing is going up way too much, so I'm gonna smooth this out a lot, because it's not supposed to go up as much. He's supposed to be young and full of life and joy, and the rest of his face is also way too thick. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. I was supposed to do this. Yes. And now, when I've done this little practice, and I'm looking at different things, I can kind of see why and where I have messed up, and why this thing doesn't look like the character that I'm making, but he looks like a handsome Squidward. So once again, I'll say this: practice it's a very important thing. I might not have done a good looking, or, you know, a similar looking model to the reference, which is a downer, of course. It's not the best, but at the same time, I've learned something, right? And I've learned how to do better at other stuff. On a scale of 1 to 10, I want to ask you guys, how good you think this is? Like, is it something presentable? Is it something random and cursed you never want to see again? Or is it something where you could say like, oh, you know what, that kind of looks like a human, right? How would you rate this realistically, right? We all know it's cursed. But on an actual skill level, right? It looks like a cursed meme, sure, but on an actual skill level, how if somebody showed you this, how good would you think they are when it comes to sculpting? Just a general opinion with no memes. 7.5, all right, that's a solid. Can you give me some of the, you know, stuff that are taking you off? So, what could make this 6.5? Okay, it's dropping down a little bit. What could make this into a 10? So, what is this thing lacking that would make it a 10? So what do I need to work on, pretty much? Just some feedback overall. 8.7, that's very generous. I want to hear Sammy's thing though. I like criticism. Criticism is good, so it's an okay start. Okay. I don't need the compliment sandwich thing. You can just tell me what I've done wrong. I actually like criticism a lot because it helps me from an outer perspective. It helps me determine what I'm actually doing wrong and what I should focus more on. So I've had this model here for the last 3 hours or so. How long have I been streaming? 3 hours, 10 minutes. I've been looking at this. I've completely lost any connection to this. It's like I've been looking at this weird blob. I don't know if it looks good or not. I've lost all sense for anatomy and stuff. You guys, you have a fresh perspective, right? Because you're just a bystander. You're not thinking about how to pull stuff where. You're just looking at the end product and you're like, okay, this is it, right? So your feedback actually helps me a lot, because people like you are going to be looking at this, and if I can get your feedback, I can know what to focus on better if I want to improve. So let's see. For me, it looks like a human. That's a good start. And the thing is that I feel like he's kind of off-putting in the general like forehead thing above the eyebrows. So hold on, where's my mouse cursor? So this thing up here. Oops. The forehead above the eyebrows is off-putting. Alright. I thought that was a good part, but it looks like apparently not. Above the eyebrows. Also, the mouth kinda, I don't know what is off, but it just feels ugly. Yeah, I agree. I don't actually know how to fix the mouth at all, so... I'm actually surprised I got this, to be fair. So, I'll take it. Thank you. SharpWind, you're interested to see my recent work in Discord? Sure. I don't see why not. SharpWind, anyways, you said something about the Apple page. You going to send me it? Wait, what? What Apple page? Something about Blender, or I'm kind of confused. Also, the right of the eyes make them seem like they're bulging out. So the edges, right? This part in the edge. The one that I'm pulling right here. Okay, so you've said the forehead, even though I thought that was actually pretty good, the forehead, so I guess I was wrong. The mouth, which I completely agree with you, the mouth is an absolute nightmare here. But the outer part of the eyes, I actually don't know how to fix that. Should I actually pull this inwards? I'm using my mouse right now, I'm no longer... If I pull this inwards, does it look better? Does this look less like they're bulging out? Okay, that actually kind of looks worse. I don't know. Something about the appeal page. What kind of appeal page? I'm not sure. I'm just gonna pull this back and not touch this model. This is what I've done. All right, no more corrections. I know it's not the best. I know it'll be better in the future, but this is like an archive, right? When I come back in the future, back to this model, this is what I have done. There's no changing. Also, eyelashes missing, but that's just a part of the process. Yeah, eyelashes and hair and stuff like that comes later on. It's just mainly the facial features and stuff. Eyelashes are actually modeled once the face is completely done and remeshed. The model looks like Voldemort. Really? I don't see it. Maybe one more thing that I could do is, you know, pull the middle of the face outwards, because it feels very flat. I feel like the face is more rounded off, so if I pull the middle out, it's gonna be more rounded, because it kind of feels like he ran headfirst into a wall and just splashed himself. Okay, that's one more thing I still want to try doing, and after that, no more corrections. Just, that's it. I've done what I've done. I really gotta face it, right? So if I grab the edges, bring them back like that. It's kind of curving around, right? I feel like the mouth needs to do the same thing. The Discord ban, oh yeah, the appeal form. Yeah, that's it. I will talk to the staff, and I think we'll send it to you like sometime within the next hour. As long as we get this out the way a little bit. Hey guys, what do you feel about this, huh? Monkey. I don't even know what I'm doing. Maybe I should push this out a little bit. I don't know. It's just proportions at this point, right? I don't know. Let's if I undo, was it better before? It was, I think. I wanna, for some reason I still wanna do some minor corrections and stuff on this. Well, the good part is still alive, yeah. The face is so funny. Well, thanks. It's not like I've been hard at work trying to get this right. But yeah, I'm just gathering some feedback before I leave the live stream. That's it. It looks solid. The eyelashes are missing, part of the process. Looks like Voldemort, the Discord ban. That's it. Yeah, so the fact that you guys say that it looks like a human, that's kind of reassuring. It's a good thing. Looking like a human is good. The next step is probably making it look like the right human, right? Because I got the anatomy good enough, so it kind of looks like a person. Now the nose is squished. I gotta stop jumping in and out to correct stuff. Okay, like that. Now it's really over. No more corrections. The fact that it looks like a human is a good thing, because, you know, it looks like a human. The next step is making it look like the right human, because now it's just a random human. I want it to look like this guy. That's not happening, so, you know, that's it. That's my progress for today. Close Blender. Done. Guys, thank you for coming by. Thank you for hanging out with me with the live stream. Hope you had fun. All the questions. If there's anything you want to ask, all quick, like here in the last moment, do it now. I'm gonna stay here for like a minute or two. If there's any extra questions popping up here, it doesn't matter what they're about, just in general, because then I'm gonna be popping off and resting for a little bit. I'm tired. It's been such a busy day. Like, awful. Looks like not, so thank you guys for coming here. Hope you had fun, and I'll see you next time. Stay sharp. Bye.